Check. Oh, here we go again. Here we go again. Spencer Fearon at the last hour. That's what they usually say that they let you down at the last hour. Has decided to tell us his phone's not working, the kids. But those of us who tune into the Fight Is Right, we're used to this. It's absolutely a good job that me, Tunde Ajayi, came into this world alone. I shall leave alone, die alone. I will stand strong on my own when all else, when everyone else will duck out and leave you. You know when there's a fight and you roll up to the venue and there's bare man backing you, and then you see the enemy in front of you. You turn around, the guys that came to the war with you have ducked out, fam. They've left you. That's how this thing is. That's how this thing is. I started it. No, Gary. I started this thing here. Me, Tunde Ajayi, Stamina. I started it. See, when things are good, everybody's there. At the beginning, everybody's there. When the going gets tough, that's when you start seeing, man. This is when the excuses come in. Nobody don't care about excuses. I don't business for excuses. All it does is get me upset and get me. But regardless, I'm gonna show. And when man comes on, I'm gonna show man. I don't business. Nobody is irreplaceable. Nobody's irreplaceable. If you don't want to do the job properly, somebody else will come along. That's how this thing works. This is madness. Gary. Where's Gary? No show. So-called producer. Spencer. So-called co-host. What I want to know is, if this was Sky TV, if this was The Zone, if this was BT Sports, would you lot be showing this same type of attitude? Would you? Please. That's what I'm saying. We've got a man on the show saying, send me the link. There's people out there that will do this thing. So I continue. It's like angry Tundes coming again. That's what it's like. It's like angry Tundes. It's like you people are seeing this side of me, and then you wonder why it's taken me so long to get to this position. It's because I can't find brothers that can maneuver themselves in a way that others will respect us. How can you say you are, but when the check comes into my account and I'm distributing the check evenly with the man's them, everybody's happy. Oh, praise God. Salam alaikum. Jesus Christ. Fam, when the money's there, everything's cool. But when it's time to get down, get dirty, thank you, Bobby Wright, for the £5 donation. And guess what? All proceeds to this show tonight is going in my bank. Well, it always goes in my bank account, but it's staying in my bank account. I'm not distributing none of the proceeds. And as the money comes in, I'm writing it down. So let's go. Bobby Wright, thank you for that £5, mate. I know I can always count on my old mate Bobby. And I have not finished my rant. I've not finished my rant. G Chains, Gary, this is madness, fam. This is madness. Big fight, even a fight. You know we are the only podcast really giving you the rules on this thing. Bro, I'm not answering the phone. Spencer's phoning me. You see it. I'm not answering it. In fact, do you know when you get the delete call? I'm deleting you, fam. Bro, don't phone me. Because I'm angry. Don't phone me. What's man phoning me for? You're phoning me at 8:05. If the news at 10 doesn't start at 10:05, Imagine the whole people of the whole of the UK are sitting down in their house, cup of tea in hand, waiting for Trevor McDonald at 10 p.m. Trevor McDonald rolls into the dance at 10:15. How are we going to look at him? We're not going to look at Trevor in the same light again. So what makes you lot feel that you can do this? Wayne said Spence has defected to the zone. But this is what I'm trying to say. But guess what? I don't business because you man know how I am. You man know how I am. I don't tolerate lateness. I don't tolerate I can't even find. I'm so angry. I can't even find the words. This is madness, fam. No, pick up the phone. You never know, brother. No, brother. Guess what? Thank you. Anton speaks. Tunde, brother. Send me the link. Fam, I'm sending you the link right now. Wait there. Let me, brother, I haven't even got your phone number. Oh, let me send you the link, Anton, on Instagram. Because these man here, bruv, and I don't want to hear excuses. I don't care for excuses. I absolutely don't care for... Gary, where's the link? Oh, yeah, here's the link. Bruv, Spence, don't phone me. Don't phone me. I'm being honest with you. I don't care, fam. I don't care. I actually don't care. You know how I am. I don't business. Anton, let me send Anton the link. Anton, bruv, this is madness. Madness, Anton. Wait there. I've got to draw for my ITV friends. Anton, I've just sent you the link on Instagram. I beg you, tune in. Let me, bro. Yeah, man saying return of Tunde. I don't business. I absolutely don't care. This is not good enough. We have to start to... This is why it's only me up here. See? And what happens is we start as a gang. We start as a movement. And then everybody starts running off, boosting up everyone else's movement. And you forget about... And what happens is, eventually, this is how this thing goes. Eventually, the movements that you lot are running to come to this. Because it's energy. And this is why I'll carry this thing on my own. I don't care. I'll carry this thing on my own. I have done so for 20 years. You know, I have done so for 20 years. But this just ain't good enough. Excuses. It's not good enough. I don't business. Tunde, wait, let me read some comments. Man said, Tunde, you don't get it. Your rants make good TV. And I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Because what? Somebody needs to explain to me when we are going to get ourselves together. Just please, somebody explain to me. Wait there, Christopher Anthony. Tunde, the sort of boss. Tunde is a sort of boss. He docks your pay if you're late and charges rent if you're early. Bro, that's how I move. Everybody knows. This is no secret. What do you mean, bro? Come on, Tunde. Where's Spence, bro? We can't do this. Is that my fault or is that Spencer's fault? It's not my fault. But guess what? Tunde will do this without anybody. Without Gary, without Spence. It ain't good enough. There's always excuses. Who was the last person that said they're coming on that never come on? Who was the last person? Yeah, Ari Spears. And then we're phoning you when you're supposed to be on. And then you phone after the show and say, can we do it on Monday? Guess what? Computer says no. You ain't coming back on this thing here. And I'm telling you, my patience is running thin. With Gary, Blake, with Spencer. My thing is running, my patience, because you got to remember, I ain't no podcaster. I'm not no podcaster, fam. I'm a boxing manager and trainer at the elite level of the sport. And I got there because of my ethics. I got there because of my ethics. Not because News at 10 starts at 10:15. Not because News at 10 starts at 10:30. News at 10 starts at 10 p.m. with Trevor McDonald. The Fight is Right is given specific times. How can you, as a partner in this thing, how can you, as a partner, I must say, don't shout up to me. No, brother. The rant has to go on for at least 15 minutes. How can you, as a partner in this thing, when it's supposed to run, oh, you know what? I've got to work late tonight, mate. Oh, you know what? I'm working late. I've got to go up the motorway. Oh, you know what, late? I'm going to a family do. What the hell? That means, obviously, that this isn't paramount in your... It's not paramount in your... what's the word? Fam, you might have to help me out tonight. It's not paramount. It's not paramount in your whole scope of things. It's not that's the word. It's not at the forefront of what you want to do. So what kind of example you all there telling people, you all in the bloody barbershops chatting about, yeah, you know what, we have to do this, we have to do that, but you can't even deal with simple timekeeping. You can't, yeah, man saying Tunde showing the aggression that AJ needs to show. That's what we're having this show for today. Because this is the spirit I'm trying to put in my brother, my young. Man's all choking. You know, man's talking and choking on their saliva. This is the spirit I'm trying to put in my young brother over in Saudi tomorrow night. You understand? I want him to go out there and do the business. No, brother, I ain't going too far. And don't let me block you today. Don't let me block you because I'm not in the mood for no nonsense. Anybody talking nonsense today will be instantly blocked. I am trying to make a point that how are we expected to elevate? Remember, life is about elevation. It's about elevation. How can you elevate when you cannot do in... All right, M blocked me. Guess what, sunshine? You're blocked. Hold on, where's this thing here? Bro, you must think I'm ramping. Bro, I'm from SC 15, fam. You're blocked. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Get out of here. Oh, Ty Coco. Bro, Spencer's my brother. I love him. Gary's my brother. I love him. But what used to happen when you was younger, if you misbehave, you get beaten. You got a beating. You can't do that nowadays. You get arrested. You get arrested. But fam, you have to be corrected. And this ain't good. Why is there always excuses when we want to do something? Why? Oh, Ty Joe Kadua. The what, bruv? Joe Kadua, September the 16th. You're cool. You are going to witness the beginning of an incredible journey with that young man. And I'm putting money on it. I don't even gamble. I'm putting money on it. So get ready for that. But anyway, all right, cool. I've been ranting and raving for 30 minutes, 20. I'm sure some people are going to clip this part of the show and post it up. Because, bruv, yeah, I need to hydrate, bruv. I need to hydrate. Let me drink some water. Oh, bruv. Anyway, let's get down to business. Dream it, believe it, become it. Come on down. See, I even say this, bro. I'll even say my co-host part because he's not here. I'm going to say it again. Dream it, believe it, become it. Come on down. Let's calm down now. Let us engage in honest, intelligent, calm conversation. And you see, let me tell you something. Life has taught me that when you have something on your chest, don't hold that in. Don't hold that in. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's how you get ill. That's how you get sick. People wonder why I'm always shining. It's fam. It's because I don't hold nothing in. I'm not holding no negative or bad vibes in my body for me to start coughing, face all dry and all them things there. No, fam. I'm letting that thing go immediately. So once it's off my chest, if I have to apologize for the way that I've spoken, so be it. But I'm not carrying that around with me. I refuse. I refuse. I'm not carrying a cocoa, but you know what they say. I'm not carrying that around with me. That's why it's called passion. I get angry when people let me down because I'm not in the business of letting anyone down. Go check my record. I don't let people down. I don't do that. I treat people how I want to be treated. It doesn't mean that one won't make mistakes. It doesn't mean that I won't do something that I'm not supposed to do. But the intention is never bad. I don't carry that. So I've said what I want to say. 259 people have been seeing me aggressive. Because, bruv, at the end of the day, that's what boxing is. You need some aggression around here. And aggression is what we need tomorrow night. Anton, I don't know. I've sent you the link. He's seen it. Yeah, Anton has seen it. Hopefully, Anton, Mr. ITV will come on and let's have a great discussion. But hopefully my aggression hasn't offended anyone too much. Spencer's probably there saying, bruv, you got to stop that. No, bro, I ain't stopping nothing. Gary, bruv, you best mind. You best mind. Because I'm not joking. I'm talking the thing. I'm always talking the thing. See, you lot are making me go into the violent side. The side that we need on Fight Night. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's start this show in a more controlled manner. Right, what? Yeah, bruv, you better be scared because, bruv, I don't play. I don't ramp. This is business. And in business, you have to set a good example. And it's just not good enough. You see, bruv, when I'm reading comments, I'm responding to them. It's just not good enough. There's only probably one reason that you really have an excuse. And we know that. We know what that reason is. And we went through that a few weeks back. But other than that, no. You should be ready, geared up. There was a poster done for this show. I purposely never posted the poster because I wanted to see if the others would promote this show. They never. Nobody done it. So what is it? You're waiting for me again. So do I have to do everything? So what I get it. So I'm the energy king. I'm the person who brings passion. But guess what? I'm going to keep doing it. Because, ladies and gentlemen, when all else fails, there's one man who also has been getting stick this week. And I don't know why they keep. And that's what I actually phoned Spence. I said, Spence, call this man on the thing. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that, people. Yeah, I actually called Spencer and I said, please, I don't like this negative energy that they're heaping on this brother this week. People can't see it, and I guess he looks at it as his job. And I don't want to give it away too much because when I talk, you already guess who it is. But ladies and gentlemen, to The Fight Is Right, let me welcome all the way in Saudi Arabia, the one, the only, Mr. Cool Daddy. Mr. Cool Daddy.
Jesus! How you doing? Right. That's good timing, I just clicked in. I'm thinking, shit, mine is on the same sentence, the backside. How you doing?
Bro, listen, Johnny, I've had to go in on Spencer and the so-called producer Gary. Because again, I'm left to do this show on my own. And it's just not good enough. There are over 12,000 people subscribed to this channel, which is massive. We're not podcasters. I'm not a podcaster, as you know. But the leverage which we have and the platform which we have is so great that 12,000 people have subscribed to the channel. So I'm like,
Tony, you man are killing it. You're killing it. So you must be doing something right.
Yes, and I feel that we got to keep the momentum going. And, it's happened more than once where, we're a few minutes away from the show. Excuses. But I keep telling them, Johnny.
So where's Spencer? Where's there?
I don't know, but I've told him that every proceed from this show tonight goes in my pocket. And thank you, Quinn 40 for the £5. Another £5 that's gone in my bank account this evening. He says respect to you. He says respect to you. Been watching your channel for a little while. Love your and the knowledge friendship. Today I bet £100 AJ to KO in round 8, and that's what we want to hear, because we want to hear the AJ supporters on this channel, although it is supposed to be neutral. Johnny, I'm gonna leave it to you. We, the Fight Is Right listeners, want to know your really breakdown and your opinion on this fight, how you see it going, what you gauge from the weigh-in from both men. And just what's been going down in Saudi.
Well, how the week started off, why man was getting put on fire, and so they don't understand, you know. And listen, I'll say one or two things on the show, and they may seem a little silly, controversial, but the devil's in the detail. There's nothing I will say that I can't back up. You know, it's like when I said about Tennyson, I said the punch power he had, but I don't look at any man. You know, in regards to Javante, I didn't say he could beat him. I said, boy, if he licked him with that, that's a shot. I didn't. No way I was saying that was the case. So people are trying to go and sleep things like that. They're going on about stuff like with USYK and Tony Bellew, forgetting Tony Bellew was ahead on points at that time. So technically, he was actually doing a good job. Tony Bellew just didn't believe in himself, so that when the pressure was on him, fell to pieces, got gone. Now we're on this fight here. And they were and I was asked the question. Now, I'm quite sure if Eddie Hearn was asked the question, I'm quite sure of if AJ was asked the question, they would say, you know what, I'm not even thinking them thoughts. You know, I'm not answering you. Now, when we're out here, we're asked questions about certain things. It's our job to give an opinion. I don't have to back out of anything. You know, if I think something, I think something. So when asked if what would AJ do if he's going to win, I gave the answer. Nobody's talking about that. What happens if AJ if he loses? So I said, well, AJ doesn't seem the kind of guy that wants to be a backing dancer. And I understand that from my point of view. As a world champion, when you're the best in the world, your goal is to get to the best in the world. If you've lost and you thought, oh, that was a mistake, and you lose against the same guy, you think, wow, this guy's got my number. So therefore, where's your drive? Where's your ambition? Where's your motivation? Because you're thinking, there's somebody there that's in my division. So how else am I going to be champion? I'm not the best. So you think, I'm done. And I'm trying to explain this in AJ's terms to say, AJ's not a backing dancer. He's not going to be like Derek Chisora fighting anybody and anybody, or be the gamekeeper or whatever. The man's made too much money, got too much pride for that kind of thing. And this is what I'm saying. No, man, twist it round. That was saying Johnny Nelson said AJ should retire. I don't mind you lying to me, but it's when you lie on me. You know what I mean? And I said, you know what? And so straight away, and AJ didn't know this thing. He's doing the press thing. They're all asking him. One young boy said to him, Johnny said, you should retire if you lose. Of course, my man's going to be Bex. You know, of course his team are going to be Bex. Of course Eddie Hearn's going to be Bex. And I said to him, what on? I said, boys, come on. I said, because the devil's in the detail. I didn't say that. Listen to the interview. Yes. Now, I've not actually spoken to AJ since, but I know Derek, when he came over, he said, well, I want to stand you, you know. You shouldn't have said that. I said, Derek, have you seen the interview? He went, no. I said, all right, come talk to me tomorrow when you've seen the interview. Yes. So Derek, next day, I see Derek. Derek's there with Coogan pulled us again. So they started this view again. And so Derek's talking to me. I said, Derek, and he's on him. Well, you shouldn't have said it. I said, Derek, have you seen the interview? No.
Yes.
I said, yo, man. So then all people see is a bit where Derek says, Johnny, shut the fuck up. Now I love Derek, right? And so if you've seen what was said before and what was said after, then you think, I get it. But then the man are thinking, yo, Johnny, let the man dish it like that. No, it wasn't like that. Because Coogan asked me about Derek fighting Deontay Wilder. And I'm not going to say something to your face, and then when the camera's there, say something else. Because that's cowardness. That's a walkless man. You know what I mean? And I know more people that do that. So I'm not going to say that. So then I said, you know what, Derek? This is coming from a place of love. I said, you need to think about stepping away. You're getting hit too much, too often. You've just had a good win. You know, walk away and hide. Yes. So then Derek says, no, shut the fuck up, Johnny. That's what they cut in. And I said, Derek, it's coming from a place of love. I'm telling you this now because I know in 10, 15 years' time, you think, shit, what was I saying? Now, Derek said something after that. I had to ask Coogan to take out. And
Yes,
it was detrimental it was detrimental to himself, not
sorry,
to me.
Sorry, Johnny. Sorry to cut you. Just not to cut you because I love listening to you. Do you know my lawyer sent me the interview? My lawyer, and then he said to me, "It's been cut. It's been edited." Yeah. So it's interesting that you just spoke about that because my lawyer sent it to me, so I know whatever it was. Carry on. I just had to make that point.
And that's what I'm saying. And what Derek said afterwards was detrimental to himself. And I said, Derek, don't say that, man. And I stopped. And when we done, I said, Cougar, listen to me. I don't care what part of the interview you put out, but don't put that on there because it was detrimental to him, what he said about it. And so Cougar and Cougar said, you know what? All right, fair enough. He said, I'm putting it. I said, I don't give a shit about that. Man can roast all the time. I don't care about that. So I don't mind falling on my sword saying, why? Because you don't know. The bigger picture will tell, and I hope to God I'm wrong. The bigger picture will tell down the line when you think, well, Derek's like, you know what, Johnny? He'll come to me a few years' time. You know what, you're right. In regards to the situation with AJ, I never said AJ should retire. I was saying, it was actually a compliment to say this man, he wants to be the best. And if he can't be the best, and people are twisting this thing around. So, and for Eddie's narrative, Eddie, of course, Eddie's going to jump on it because Eddie wants, regardless, win or lose. Eddie don't want AJ to be thinking like that. He wants him to, even if he lost it, to box on. He's thinking with a business heart and a business head. I'm talking as an ex-fighter, and I love fighters. I love fighters making money. I love fighters coming on top, getting the rub of the green. I hate to hear sad stories of fighters. And so man like promoters like Eddie, XYZ, they're not going to want me to talk. Now, unfortunately, I'm with an employer that can or can't, don't know how to, they can't tell me what to say, but I'm not an idiot. I'll speak my truth. And if you listen to me and let me explain, and then listen to the devil's in the detail, and you think, I get where it's coming from. But what happens is people are like sheep. So when one man says something, next man they say, oh my God, he said this. And I don't mind standing alone as long as I can sleep at night. I don't mind. I am not going to say, oh, do you want me to say this? So when Eddie's going on about Johnny Nelson's a company man, and I'm saying, hold on. I said, make your mind up, because when you were USYK, I was your company man. Was that right? Was you paying me? Was you dropping a little piece of coin? You weren't dropping me no money. So whose company do I work for? And then I'm getting messages like, Johnny, you're a racist because you want the black man to win over the white man. Johnny, you're a coconut because you want the white man to beat the black man. You can never please anybody and everybody. Yes, everybody. So if you are swayed like a leaf in the wind, you'll never be able to sleep at that because there's nothing about you. Now there'll be people watching this saying, yeah, Nelson, whatever, or some people will be against it. I don't mind. I can live with that. I don't know them personally, so I don't take it personal. I know I could stand in front of anybody and back up anything I've said and have a conversation with people. Say, all right, then. What's happened is social media has created a nation of cowards where people will come and will say something, they'll say something like that, but when it comes to your face, they'll can have a picture. On my Facebook thing, on my YouTube shout site, some guy said, Nelson, you're a blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I can't believe he said this, that, and the other. All I did is, I don't argue with people. I don't get it. I just sent a copy of the link of the interview I put up the other day. My man come back, I'm so sorry about that. Apologize, interrupted. You know what I mean? And listen, it's a high pressure week this week.
Yes.
And I put this win for Anthony Joshua on one of the highest wins of a Brit. The reason being, if you look at the resume of USYK, what he's done through the amateurs, what he's done through the pros, what he's done now, the era of this guy's heir apparent. This guy's resume is better than any resume, and you're not going to like this, that of a fighter that probably Tyson Fury's box.
Hold your point right there. Sugar Ray, thank you for the £10, sir. He said, here is £10, Tunde. Buy a protein drink on me. I want AJ to beat Usyk, but he has to think and make the adjustments during the fight to win.
See that?
Boss Usyk with solid body shots and his frame. Come on, AJ. That's one.
He's done his homework.
Trust me. Alexander Wilson, thank you for the $10, sir. He actually says Ronnie Shields said that he was offered to coach AJ and wanted him to come to the UK. He said he will coach only if AJ comes to the USA. They said no. And Shields said he wants to be in his comfort zone. I just had to read out those two.
Your first caller did his homework. Usyk's weak to the body, and
Yes.
I've seen him put down 3 times with a body shot. Right. So, but the other thing is this: AJ needs to bully him. Now, every fighter that's out there can learn from Tyson Fury. Now, Tyson Fury thinks I'm a hater. I'm not a hater. I'm an appreciator. And sometimes when Tyson Fury drops his message, you think, why? But you got to think how Tyson Fury fights. The art of fighting is not just leather on leather, hit and not be hit. It's up close and personal. When you're in that personal space, use your shoulder to push a man off, open your hand, twist him, drop on him, lean on him. And it's mental as well as completely physical. Tyson Fury's got that off to a T. Do you remember when he boxed Cunningham? Missed with a fist, took him out with a forearm on the blind side. This is fighting. You know, so what I'm saying is, this is how AJ has to incorporate. He needs to fight Usyk, make him feel uncomfortable, push the man off balance. You know, that chase after his car. You know, he needs to bully him because he's got everything going for him to take this man out.
Can I just backtrack to what you said before? I read out I call it Snapchat. So people online, I know it's not called Snapchat. That's the name I gave it. So it's actually called Super Chat, but there's another one. Paul L Finance, thank you for the £5. Big up Muscle. Johnny, keep your head up, fam. Nobody can pull you down. That's what I'm trying to say, John. But anyway, I just wanted to go back to what you were saying. You were just about to say that if AJ were to win this contest, this would rank right up there. You said even higher than the achievements of Tyson Fury. Continue that line.
And the reason why I say that is this. Look at the caliber of Tyson Fury's opponent. I'm not hating. Trust me, I'm not hating. Look at the caliber of live opponents that Tyson's done it all. So you can't. Tyson's the best in the world. But as in caliber, as in pedigree, as in depth of experience, when it comes to opponents, you got to look at the ones that AJ has boxed and beat. And then you look at this fight against Usyk, and he blitzes them all. This guy's a live opponent. He's not over the hill, you know. Because listen, Klitschko was past his best when AJ boxed him. He was just reaching past his best when Fury boxed him. But what I'm saying is, this guy here, if AJ can pull this win off, I would put this win up there. If you're in the trade, you understand. I would put this up there with Lloyd Honeyghan against Donald Curry, as a tick. Because this fight, this guy, he boxed in 2 Olympics before he even turned pro to Rotted.
Yes.
Right? He unified the cruiserweight title as a pro. He had 351 amateur fights, lost 15.
Yes.
He boxed in 2 Olympics. He turned pro, unified the cruiserweight division, stepped up the heavyweight, win. He's steeped in experience and wisdom. AJ turned pro at 18. Give this man credit where credit's due. When he turned pro at 18, look at what he's achieved in that space of time. He started boxing at 18. He started boxing at 18. So when he turned pro and started moving so he started boxing at 18 years old. What he's done in that time, you think, Ross. Now, AJ's not a natural boxer, but you know what? He's a natural athlete. He's a natural athlete. So therefore, he's one of those athletes that you can tell something like, right, do this, do that. Now, he's lost once. They've given the instruction to do it, to beat him again. Now, AJ is very good at taking instructions, and that's why he's achieved what he's achieved. That's why he beat Ruiz the second time. The first time he made a rookie mistake. Looked at this little fat Mexican foot. Sure, this guy ain't got nothing. Now against Usyk, looked at Usyk. All them heavyweights saying, nah, he's just a blown up middleweight. Then you have to lick his wounds and thought, you know what, I've got this wrong. Now AJ's been given the tactics to do this. If he executes those tactics right, I expect to win. If he doesn't, I expect a loss. The devil's in the detail. If he executes the tactics right, he's got to do it right. He's still making rookie mistakes. He's got to do it right. And that's where it is. This is not an impossible ask for him. But if he pulls a win off, that's a big win, man. You've got to give props, but people aren't giving the boy credit where credit's due. I give Tyson Fury credit. As I said, Tyson thinks I'm a hater on him. I ain't hating on him. He's the best in the world. He's a fighting man. And everything about him, I'm thinking, I get that. He gets it. These young men, when they're fighting, they need to learn off that. It's not sometimes it's not just about hitting and getting that way. And Tyson's risky and getting a point taken off from the referee. It's like a bit of grappling, boom, boom, drop you, drag you down, miss with one shot, get you with another. You're fighting. I remember when I boxed, Chris Eubank said, put 2 protectors on. Now you're not supposed to lick a man in the seat bag. But Chris.
Hold on 1 second there, Johnny, because Anton is saying Mr. ITV, I call him, is that he's in the studio, but I can't seem to see it. See, this is why these guys need to be here helping me, like I'm some multi-faceted TV producer, boxing trainer, manager, everything. I can't do everything, guys. But I'm trying to see how we get Anton in.
When there?
He said he's in. He just sent me a picture of him on the thing. Let me just leave Gary a voice note. Gary, Anton is in the show. Can you let him in the studio? Because I can't seem to do it. I don't know how to do it. I'm not that technical. But log on from your phone and let him in, please. Thank you. Sorry, Johnny. Sorry. Carry on, my man.
What I'm saying, and listen, there's a lot going on this week. Everybody's tense. There's a big thing, and you want to back the Brit. And AJ don't realize he's got a lot more support than given. And AJ's still learning. He's still learning his trade, and what he's achieved is ridiculously beautiful. What he's done. Yes. But these guys can learn from Tyson Fury's attitude when they're in the ring. These guys, it's about warfare. Look at this. Tyson Fury all of a sudden talking about fighting. This man's a bum. That man's a bum. Bob Arum saying he's going to come back. It just happens to be the same week Anthony Joshua's fighting. You know what I mean? Yes. And Tyson Fury is one of the few fighters actually is bigger than the belt. He's given up the Ring Magazine belt. After they contested the Ring Magazine belt in point A, and in point B, Tyson Fury is fighting somebody. People are going to watch Tyson Fury instead of the belt. Tyson Fury is one of the few fighters that has put himself in a position that he's bigger than the belt. So he can drop where he can give the belts away. He can give any belt away. So say, for instance, AJ wins Saturday and his belt's on the line. Tyson Fury said, the only way you're going to get my belt is because I gave it you. You know what I mean? Yes. This is taunting. This is like, he's smart. He's great at it. He's the best at it. So it's like mental warfare as well as physical warfare. The guy's got it off to a T. So you've got to give props where it's due, but you've also got to give props to Anthony Joshua for what he's achieved in such a short space of time. And you've got to understand, when people are reading these and they see the clickbait, they see the headline, the devil's in the detail. Listen, and hear.
As soon as I saw the clickbait, I actually listened to what you said, and I just wanted. Hold on. Thank you, Gary James, for the £8.99. He said we need AJ to fight Usyk like when he fought White, and bring back the uppercut in his fights. Now, this was something Audie Harrison said. My immediate answer was, yes, we know that. My thing is, you can't go back to something you were in this sport here. Secondly, throwing shots, you can verify this as a world champion, ex-world champion, longest reigning. I was like, yeah, but you're allowed to throw certain shots on particular fighters based on the IQ of the other fighter. You know what it's like. You're in the gym with a novice. You start looking like Sugar Ray Leonard. You start doing the windmills, lead left hooks. All right, put a Johnny Nelson in front of you. You can't do those shots.
Yeah.
So I was like, we know that. I just feel that AJ can't go too much out of himself because, again, I feel that we're going down the same road. You're listening to this public pressure. The last time it was AJ needs to box him. So what did he do? He went out and tried to box him. This time, I'm not saying everybody's wrong this time, but this time everybody's saying he needs to stick it on him first 6 rounds. Is AJ not in danger of not following his own heart, his own destiny, and again, listening to the outside when really he should know this thing? He should know that, fam, There comes a point where the trainers, they may tell you what to do, but you got to bite down on that gum shield and say, you know what, I'm going for this. Everything's on the line, Johnny.
Yeah. So the problem is this: when people are saying throw the kitchen sink at him, unless he's picking up a kitchen sink and conking a man on his head, right? How do you box throwing a kitchen sink at somebody? You know, they're saying go for him, just go and rush him. It don't work like that, It don't work like that.
Yes.
How it works is it's calculated pressure. So, and I mean, when they say that and let the shots go, what AJ does is AJ. He second guesses himself. He's a very intelligent guy, and I think shall throw that shot against USYK. You've got to anticipate the movement, left to right, and then anticipate the shot. If you're waiting for I throw it now, USYK's moved. Then obviously you ain't throwing no shots. 5 shots later, you ain't throwing one. What AJ needs to do is when he thinks the shot, throw the shot. End of. That's it. Don't second guess it, because you've got to take the timing and pace away from USYK. USYK will hypnotize you like a lizard throughout it.
Yeah, once he starts doing all this.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. And so that's what it means. So when they're doing that and they're saying throw the kitchen sink at him, use his size, use his strength. You know, AJ's not 22 of his 24 wins out of his opponents. That means he can bang. That means he can dig. But he needs to bully. When I say bully, I mean man angle him like a picnic. Push him. Lean on him. Make the referee cuss you off. The second you see USYK complain to the referee, you know he's uncomfortable. Because USYK's got an amazing poker face. Right? Like that, not hurt him. But remember, after the box last time, USYK start for ball when the fight done. So that meant it meant a lot to him. He needed doing. It meant so much to him. And then all of a sudden, there's a relief as if, yes, I've done it. This man's only human. And it's not an impossible task. But you got to choose the right tactics. And I talk like this about USYK because I'm from a gym of unorthodox fighters. Yes. I know the game. They were talking about Lomachenko unbeatable until he got beat. Oh, yeah.
Come on.
You know what I mean? And
ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you a man that I call, even though he's coughing when I'm introducing his name. That must be that Saudi water. Let me introduce you a man that I self-titled Mr. ITV. Welcome to the show. I feel blessed this evening. See, the man them let me down, but the energy. We got the 2 top shotters in the game, as we say on the road. 2 top shotters. Antoine, the one and only Mr. ITV. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, thanks. Tunde, I appreciate you not messing up my name that time, actually. So I appreciate that one the most. Johnny, it's good to see you. I saw you earlier as well. I'm in Saudi. Johnny's in Saudi. I wish Tunde was here as well. You didn't read the full quote, what I said when I messaged the chat. I said, when 2 brothers fight, a stranger takes their land.
Oh, no,
so, that's my point to you. Like, I know you and Spencer are good friends. This should have been, for me, a private conversation. But I know what you're saying is important to worldwide. When you're trying to build something, you need people that are ready to ride on time and ready to do stuff. But I think that should have been a private conversation between you.
Okay, I cannot let you continue without addressing that. Because, you know, Mr. Ajayi always has an answer. Now, what you say has some merit, Anton. I definitely agree. But coming from an older person, when you have 2 people that are intrinsically linked, I mean that if it were not for the fact that we came from the same mother and father, me and Spencer's are brothers. We argue like cats and dogs. We have fell out for not spoken to each other for 2 years, but love conquers all. And so when you love somebody and when someone loves you, you ain't afraid to display how you feel in front of anyone. Early days, people will tell you, me and Anthony Yard used to fight in front of the TV cameras. We don't care because we know that love conquers all. We know where the heart is. We know that, and people need to see that, especially when it comes to a certain demographic, a certain people. People need to see that we love each other, but we have to be corrected. We can't keep on making excuses for one another. Oh, let's do things in private. But guess what? It's already mashed up. The thing's already mashed up. There's no.
I hear all that. I understand all that. I'm not against it. Kevin Hart recently spoke about finding it hard
as we talk. You see how I'm saying?
Look,
That's what
listen.
I'm trying to show you.
Shut up, Mark, let me talk. My laptop is being hacked, bruv. I don't know what's going on.
Because they knew that Johnny Nelson, because let me tell you something. I'm the one, and you will verify this. I said, Spence, I don't like what they're doing with Johnny. I see what I'm going. And I want Johnny on this thing today to let Johnny have his say on a clear platform. And that's why we done it. That's why your computer get hacked. But they can't hack me. They can't hack me.
Let me tell you this. My computer's hacked, yeah?
Yes.
My logins for my Gmail account not working. None of my phones. This is a madness, you know. I'm after you, Johnny. None of my phones, right, for me to log in, couldn't log in. I'm phoning Gary. I have to do it. I've had to go get a next laptop. Yeah. Listen, it was a madness. I'm trying to phone Tunde for 45 minutes, you know. I was getting mad. I was getting mad.
Listen, I was actually going to say.
Killed off Spencer on the chat.
I was actually going to say.
Regardless if anyone hacks you, all the proceeds from tonight's show is going in my bank account and the guy in my pocket. So let me tell you that.
You could take all of that, but without me, you'd have no guests. Anyway.
But you know what? I was actually going to say. When you were talking about, I thought there must be someone, because I know Spencer messaged me 35 minutes before the show came on to make sure I came on. So I said, so there must be a reason for this thing. So listen, usually what happens is
don't let him off the hook, John. Don't let him.
What I'm saying is usually there's a reason for everything.
All right. Listen,
End of the
Anton made a good point. But as I said,
because I was listening to you, Norton. I was listening to you. Because I could go on, because I had to do it from my son's phone. I'm saying my Gmail, you know, hack off, bro. I tried putting the code, not working. Then it's sending me some little trickery thing. I'm going to the computer shop tomorrow morning because we need to do it.
Anton, just to clear this point, this is what true brothers do. We forgive and we forget. We move on. So,
Antoine, listen to me. When I see Tunde, I'm going to punch him in his mouth, bro.
You ain't punching nothing with your old self. I'll give you a left hook, I'll give you a right hook to the body, which AJ is supposed to give USYK tomorrow.
Son, remember I taught you how to rap, man, so shut your mouth.
All right, let's continue this brilliant discussion. Johnny Nelson has really given us a exegesis on this thing here. He's brought down everything on how he feels AJ. Well, not really. I mean, listen, we've spoken about AJ, but this is a question for both Anton and Johnny. How does USYK win this fight? Because I feel that we're so in tune to what AJ should do. Again, this man is rocking everybody to sleep. We're there thinking about AJ, but we're disregarding the fact, well, Johnny hasn't, that this man is an Olympian. This man lost 15 amateur contests out of 300 odd. So he must know something. He's unified the cruiserweight division, moved up to heavyweight, teeth 3 of the belts, and he's defending again tomorrow night. So what does USYK do? I'm in your opinion, Anton, I'm asking you that first, and then I want to hear Johnny, and then I want to hear Spencer. Go ahead.
I say this: when you're ringside or you're doing interviews, you can look USYK in the eye. I'm 6'2", and I look him dead in the eye. When I look at AJ, my neck's going up. He's big, as all of you know. But if you're a fan watching from home, you don't get to see just how big a difference there is between the two. And that speaks to the level of boxing skill and IQ USYK must have to begin with to be able to last with someone of AJ's stature. And as Tunde already spoke about, his pedigree speaks for itself. But the one issue you have here, which AJ has to deal with, is that USYK's game plan for the first fight would have been to take on the bigger guy using his size. So when AJ came to box, he was like, okay, we can do that all day long. So that means this time around, AJ's only got really one game plan, as Johnny was talking about, using his size. So USYK's trained twice for the same strategy. So it's going to be probably easier for him, but AJ can be a better version of himself and defeat USYK. So I think it's just an interesting game of chess, but this time it's not really going to be chess. it's going to be sock and robots for a little period of time. And we'll get to see the true warrior spirit within Usyk at this point, how badly he wants to put on that belts. And I want to talk about stuff outside the ring, really. He's coming in there with his people on his back, not from a perspective of pressure, but from a perspective of trying to lift them up, giving away those rights so they can watch for free in the Ukraine, making sure he's wearing the Cossack traditional dress at the press conference, singing their folk song at the press conference. He's got a new level of energy behind him this time around, which I think might be the difference if he gets the victories, because he's fighting beyond himself. I see Spencer shaking his head. I see a man who's just got more to gain than to lose. And I think that will be it. Because the skill set's always going to be the same. Like, the skill set hasn't changed in the past, half a year.
Brilliant.
It means
the motivation. Because I humbly bow to Johnny Nelson, 14 world titles, 7.5-year reign as a WBO champion that gets underplayed. And we know the little tricks that are going on right now. They're calling up Johnny Nelson's name every 5 minutes, right? So I'm telling you this, apart from Joe Kawasaki, nobody in great British boxing history has been a world champion for that long. A matter of fact, Tunde, Johnny Nelson's actually longer in one division, because Joe Kawasaki moved up to light heavyweight. And when he fought Bernard Hopkins in April of 2008 in Vegas,
the knowledge
was not for no world title. That was for the lineal ring magazine. Like,
the knowledge.
Right.
I didn't even know that.
Disrespect Johnny Nelson.
I didn't even know that.
Wait. Big up Leah. Thank you for the $8.99, hun. AJ tends to crouch when fighting smaller guys. Will that be a difficult habit to break, or is it a good thing? We'll touch back on that. Spence, carry on. This is beautiful. Right. And then Johnny, please.
So when man are talking, like I'm hearing enough man calling Johnny Nelson's name right now, yeah? About, Johnny's a company man. Oh, he's a company man. Let me tell you this, Tunde. If you was working at McDonald's on Wharf Road, you know when the McDonald's opened up on Wharf Road, that Big Mac was serious, right? If you was working at McDonald's, was there. Right, Frankie, if you was working at McDonald's, you and I come to the counter, you're not going to tell me to go down the road and eat at Burger King. Right? So when man's calling Johnny Nelson a company man, right? This is what I want to do with, man. Eddie Earn put on some, I'm not dissing Eddie Earn like that, but he's put on some rubbish on Sky, right? Johnny Nelson saying, right, I'm looking for my pension. I'm looking to chip out here soon, So what Johnny Nelson might turn around and say, right, Eddie, you're putting on a bag of shit.
Wait, let me plug in my charger. Carry on, Spence.
Right. Is that what Johnny Nelson might say? So man want to check Rude Boy, Boxing 84. I do not check BoxRec. Tunde Ajayi can verify for me. Johnny Nelson has worked alongside me. We were colleagues for 9 years at Sky. I don't need to go to BoxRec. I am BoxRec, bro.
Come on.
When I grew up, who was still 84 boxing? When I grew up, and Johnny Nelson can verify, when we were kids growing up, you know what we had to do? We had to go get the boxing news, and we had to read that from the front cover to the back page, and vice versa, right? So this is years and years and years of analytical history that's built up in my mind. Not only that, but I've also got photographic memory. But don't ask to do that on computers, because I'm lost. So don't dream of turning around and saying, I have to go to BoxRec. Are you fool? I'll take BoxRec and box you in your head with it.
Can I just say that not all of us read the material. Some of us just looked at the pictures and the boxing news.
But you know what they say? Like a picture tells 1,000 words.
So we know you're the knowledge.
That was built in that. And then on top of that, you know what we had to do as kids? We had to go by the yearbooks. They had yearbooks that would come out. Frank Morris produced one as well. And on the yearbooks, you'd have everybody's boxing record, and it's all lined up. And then what you'd have to do to keep in touch with the other year, you'd have to get a piece of paper and write down the people's careers. That's what we used to do. So mine when they're talking about no BoxRec talk. Because if BoxRec talk wise me up, because Tunde's been around me many times when he comes to my house, and in every room, you know what I mean? God bless me with like a 7-bedroom house. When you come into my house,
and Johnny, we're in the wrong job, mate.
Right. You have 7 bedrooms in London.
Right. When you come into my house, there's a computer screen in every one of them, and usually on every one of them is boxing on. Apart from when my kids are watching their little, Marvel things. So I don't want to hear no talk. Anyway,
before Johnny answers the question of how does Usyk win this fight, off the canvas boxing. Sorry, I did miss your super chat. Snow, don't try to convert me. Snapchat money, we call it. Thank you for the £5. He said, "Big up, lads. Anthony Oluwafemi Joshua needs to inflict pain and damage to Usyk. In my opinion, Usyk is best when he has time and space to do his tricks." I totally agree. Johnny, how does Usyk win this fight?
So Usyk don't really have to change anything because everything worked from in the last fight. There's room for improvement with Anthony Joshua. Usyk's people aren't going to go back and cuss him out after the last fight because he didn't do anything wrong. He almost stopped Anthony Joshua in the last round. So all they're going to say is step it up earlier. That's all. They'll do what's in front of him. Now Anthony Joshua's the one that has to change. Now he's the one that has to learn how to deal with Usyk's movement, his southpaw style. He's the one that has to think, you know what, I've got to put it all on the line and think to myself, this is a 6-round fight. A 6-8 round fight. He's got to think up because I tell you now, if both fighters get hurt, Usyk's recovery will be more dangerous than Anthony Joshua's recovery. And so how does Usyk win? Usyk does exactly the same thing that he did last time, but puts the pressure on from the off. We're saying 2 or 3 rounds in instead of 5 rounds in and steps up because the last minute of the last round, he almost had Joshua. Now what Joshua's got to do is he's got to think, no. I ain't playing that game now. I'm not waiting for you. I'm not second guessing what I'm doing. I'm just going to drop the shot the second I think it. Drop the shot the second I see the movement of it. And that way, I drag up my man. And that, I mean, when I said drag him up, lean on him, push him and everything, that way he makes my man have to work at a pace that he doesn't want to work at, that he's not comfortable with. But mark my words, if Anthony Joshua lets this guy get into a rhythm, and it'll take him 2 rounds, it'll take Usyk 2 rounds to figure out the timing, the speed, and the distance of AJ. And if he gives him space to do that, this fight's done. And that's why I said the devil's in the detail. AJ has to make sure he listens to the instructions, the game plan, because I'm quite sure with Garcia and Fernandez, they've devised a plan that they think this will work. And if he does it and he does the plan and it don't work, blame them. But what I'm saying is the plan he chose last time, it didn't work. He outsmarted himself. Brendan calls it 3 smart. You know what I mean? I'm too smart for you, but he's 3 smart for himself. Outsmarted himself. So now he has to listen. He has to put it down, otherwise Usyk will man him up. So he's got to pull him out, man. He's got to.
Johnny, when I spoke to AJ, he said that this time around he's been training for 12 rounds. So I don't know if in his mind he believed that he got too gassed in the last fight, or obviously the injury happened as well. But he literally said to me that he's been training for 12 rounds. If he could go back in time, which is the question I asked, he would have trained harder based on his stamina. So do you feel like...
I understand that, but what I'm saying is, but over
hold on.
He was behind on points.
Wait. Repeat that what you just said to me. What you just said, please, Antoine.
So basically, when I spoke to AJ on Wednesday, I said to him, if you could go back in time and give yourself a piece of advice in the first fight, what would it be? And he said, I would have trained harder in terms of my conditioning.
Stop right there. Because that's what I thought you said. Johnny Nelson, you're going into a fight defending your 3 belts. Why at this level are you saying I would have trained harder? Doesn't that suggest...
That's all right. So you think a man would learn his lesson from his first mistake, which was against Andy Ruiz, where he underestimated the man in front of him. When you are a world champion, you're the hunted. Man's been training for you for 10 years. So the responsibility of being a world champion is being able to beat every man that's in front of you, prepare for him right. You cannot cut top corners of the world champion because little fat Mexicans like Andy Ruiz will come around the corner and take your belt away. So when he's
but also, Johnny, I think people, especially in the industry, we know that there was other variables in that first Andy fight.
I understand that. So let's say so Usyk fight. He said I would have trained harder, so I'd have done the 12 rounds, but he lost on points, so which meant he was being outboxed. which meant everything he did wasn't good enough because he was trying to match Usyk at his own game, trying to outbox him. He was trying to fight Usyk's fight to prove something to me, to you, to everybody else that he can box, which is foolishness. When you're champion, you think, you know, this is what got me there. So I'm not going to do stuff to please you. So therefore, he was behind. So it doesn't matter even if his stamina was there and he could box wickedly to the 12th round on his toes. He was still behind on points. So therefore, it shows the mindset, the choice of fight, the style of fight, the tactic he chose were wrong. Now he understands that. So even though I said this is a 6th round, he's got to think to himself, I've got to pressure this man for 6 rounds. Anthony Joshua has knocked 22 of his opponents out. He has the punch power. He has the size. He has everything about him. That's what he needs to put the pressure on my man.
When was the last time Anthony Joshua knocked anyone out inside 6 rounds?
Spencer, go on now.
Yeah. I'm looking at Spencer right now.
The last time.
Eric Molina.
Title fight. He hasn't.
Eric
We're
Molina.
going back a hot minute.
Eric Molina. So
right,
again,
we're going back a hot minute. Right, that's what I'm trying to say. We're going back a hot. Eric Molina was in the 5th round, didn't it?
Yeah. So that's the last time.
That's the last time at the not at the O2. That was in what was it? Manchester.
Mm-hmm.
It was in Manchester, right?
I'm not too sure, but
yeah, I believe so.
Right? This is a theory or a question I've got for you, because I always think about Yard, Lynn, and Arthur too. When Anthony walked in there, from what I could see, he wasn't afraid of Arthur's power. He was willing to keep walking forward because he believed he had both the heart, the stamina, the skill, and the chin to walk through everything he was given him. Yes. So if AJ was to take that same tactic and say, look, I am bigger, I am stronger, I can keep walking forward, do you think that would be a tactic that would work for him? Because he's never going to learn to evade quick enough. If he's willing to take the hit and keep going forward.
I'll be honest with you.
No, we want you to lie to us, Tunde.
Shut up, Spencer. I'll be honest with you. The first fight with Lynn and Arthur, that wasn't even Anthony there. And I still, to this day, I feel we didn't lose that fight. Fast forward 12 months, the way we are, every fight, and I hope I don't mind saying this, it's knockout. There's nothing else in our mind. Look at Anthony Yard's record. It is identical to Anthony Joshua. I think only one person out of all of his wins have gone the distance, and that was the Arthur fight. Everyone else is getting taken out. So when the fight was first offered to us, and Fearon phoned me, and he said, Tunde, this Manchester kid, have a look at this. I looked at him. I said, bro, this brother can't fight at me. You're mad. This fight done 3 rounds, the max. So in the second fight, all the worries and all the things Anthony had to go through had gone. So our game plan was bruck him up. Simple. No willy-nilly tap. Because people have still, and I keep saying this, to this day have not seen Anthony Yard's real boxing ability. And I believe that certain fights in his career yet to come will bring that out. But you're right. It's the mindset. And we've never changed that. It's always been the same. And with Anthony Joshua, he needs to, I didn't really need to say that to Anthony Yard, because it's in him. Ant loves to fight. I believe Anthony Joshua loves to fight as well. I believe he's got that in him. And so within himself, which is a question I want to ask Johnny, before any of these trainers say anything to him, he has to say, guess what? Yeah, you man, I hear what you're saying, but this ain't that night. This night, I'm rocking it out. I'm showing this man I'm bigger than him, I'm stronger than him, I've got a better reach than him, and I'm going to go for it. And that's what he has to do. And if he does that, this fight will be over in 4 rounds. If he does it, this fight will be over in 4 rounds.
Now listen,
Joshua is a hell of a specimen. The thing is, if you start trying to outthink a thinker who has proven that he can think better than you, you've lost already. You've lost already. Let me read the Snapchats, and then I know Johnny.
Read out people the Snapchats.
Let me read the Snapchat. Thank you, Nebraska Osman. He said it's a 50-50 fight. History says rematches go the same way. Well, it didn't with Arthur Yard, and even more conclusively. Tell Spence, history usually favors the guy who won. No.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Because
and secondly,
when we're going back to see, all right, go Bobby Wright. I'm going to come back to Nebraska anyway, but Bobby Wright,
Bobby Wright,
brother. Yeah, I mean, if AJ loses, which I hope he doesn't, do you think AJ's dad is going to smash Eddie Hearn?
Mash, not smash.
Right.
Mash. The flannel's out. So, yeah. So
my glasses should be out as well. I can't even see her out into the.
Yeah. So let's carry on with these answers to these questions.
Right. So was it Nebraska? Nebraska said 50-50 fights usually favor the guy who won the first fight. Right? In rematches in the heavyweight division, remember it's me you're talking to, Nebraska, so I'm gonna have to go educate you. The one that stands out, right? Because Anthony Joshua is looking to become for the third time to become heavyweight champion of the world. The man who famously did that was Muhammad Ali. After Muhammad Ali, Evander Holyfield did it 4 times. They're trying to say 5 times, but it's not. You know what I mean? That's a very, very dramatical mistake because by Michael Buffer, I heard him announce him the 5-time heavyweight champion of the world. Unless he won some obscure IBC belt, but no, he won it 4 times when he beat Andy Ruiz for the first time when he beat Andy Ruiz for the vacant WBA heavyweight title. But we don't really count that because it was a title that was stripped from Lennox Lewis because Lennox Lewis refused to fight John Ruiz, and he went and he fought a more dangerous man in Michael Grant. And we all know what Lennox Lewis did to Michael Grant. He brought that up viciously. Anyway, that's that. Number 1. Number 2, when we're looking at that, Lennox Lewis in rematches for his heavyweight championships, what happened? He destroyed, man. Johnny King just gone black. He's back now. Right, Lennox Lewis destroyed Hassan Rahman in a rematch. Okay? Notably, Muhammad Ali came back and beat Leon Spinks in 1978 in the Astrodome, which was a record. I think it was like 92,000 people inside in attendance at the time. Was a record at the time, right? That was Ali, who was an old man then. So when we're saying that rematches usually tend to favor, we're talking there is boxing. We go all the way up to the cruisers, and then there is heavyweight boxing. Heavyweight boxing, it depends on a man's desire. And when you truly want it, the reason why we give Lennox Lewis the respect that we give him, because he got knocked out in South Africa against Hassan Rahman. And Lennox said, Bridget, he most probably went back to his changing room and said, "Yo, what? I broke up this guy."
Yes.
You know what I mean? No, that's the rules. And
Cover.
That's why you got to give Lennox Lewis all the respect in the world, because he said, right, when Lennox used to say no guy test, he believed that. Now that's what we want to see inside Anthony Joshua. Yes. No guy test. We want to see Anthony Joshua come out and be this big, gigantorous muscle man and say, listen, I'm going to fight you. And I'll be disappointed if this goes 6 rounds and Anthony Joshua don't get a point taken off of him. He's got to rough him up. He's got to hit him around the hips. He's got to throw him around. He's got to show them, man, I'm being real. He's got to show you, listen, this is not a boxing match no more. This is a fight.
It's mindset. It's mindset, and that's what I'm saying. We know exactly what AJ has to do. And I'm quite sure, listen, AJ used to be like a bad man on the street, and he knows about intimidating, he knows about having to rough house, man.
You could take over Watford, and you come from Sheffield.
What I'm saying is, okay, then, but he knows the hustle about trying to intimidate man and stuff like that. He knows the game. And you're right, I totally agree with you. Anthony Joshua needs to be at the stage where he's almost getting a point taken off him, if not a point taken off him. He's an intelligent young man. He overthinks certain situations which we got to the point after the first USYK fight, he ended up clearing his social media. I ain't following nobody because I don't want to listen to nobody, right? So he knows what he's mistaken. I was hurt, man. I was hurt.
I got unfollowed too.
See,
I checked who else got unfollowed as well. I was like, okay, it's not just me. I don't worry.
Everybody got wiped out. It's only nice just picking him up again. What I'm saying is, what he was finding was listening and being influenced by people. And that's the naivety in him. Remember, he didn't start boxing until he was 18. He's making rookie mistakes. He's saying rookie things in regards to it. This is a fight I think Joshua can win. But this is a fight about his mindset and how much he wants it. Now he's fighting a guy. They've got two guys in there that are not driven by money. One is driven by patriotic passion. And the other is driven by achievements. He wants to be the best in the world. When I'm talking about Usyk, patriotic passion, this is boxing's a step in his life. This man will end up probably being the president of the Ukraine or whatever. You can tell he's a very intelligent, thinking man. And when he comes in all the authentic warrior game, when he wants to send a message, say, "This is where I'm from. This is who I am." He wants to tell you about who he is. And so therefore,
how do you know that Usyk's intelligent? If a man plays intelligent long enough, you just buy into it. How do you know he's intelligent?
No. Shall I tell you why? Because he don't buy into this foolishness. He don't buy into any of the foolishness where I'm gonna cuss him man out, trying to get in the face. He's relaxed. He's calm. He detaches himself from that. A foolish man is so easy to. A foolish man is so easy to wind up and draw in. They're so easy to wind up and draw in.
When you speak to Usyk, even though none of us speak Ukrainian, if you ask him certain questions, he gives a strong answer. He gives an answer that makes you believe in him, even though you can't even understand what he's saying. So he
no nonsense foolish. Yeah.
Listen,
and so
I see Usyk is tricking enough man at it. Yeah? And all of you man on is buying it. The only one who's not buying it is Baba Tunde Ajayi. Because me and Tunde talking about this. Man's talking about Usyk can stay underwater for 4 minutes.
Lie, bro.
I didn't say nothing about none of them myths.
Wait, let me continue. Let's have some parliamentary procedure. If I was to quote the great Chris Eubank, right, in 1990 on Midweek Sports Special, right? Number one, man was saying, he's manager man who Tunde had to bad up when he was in Russia with Andy Yard. What's his name again?
Clements.
Yeah, big up G Chains. You know what I mean?
Wow. Let's read them, but that's money. Oh no. We're getting AJ money. We're getting something smaller, but we appreciate it. To Alexander Wilson, again, he is repeating and paying for the repeat comment. Ronnie Shields said he would train AJ only in America and not in the UK because he needs to be in an uncomfortable environment to learn. AJ stayed in his comfort zone, which is why Usyk will win. I think he's put that again because you're here, Spence. You wasn't here the first time around. I think
well, thank you very much.
But G-Chain, wait.
I'm going to come back to you.
This is Gary. This is big boy. You know Gary's got them big man job.
Yeah,
that can lash out £50 red notes. Anyway, thank you, Gary, for the $44.99. Great show tonight, brothers. Gassed for the fight tomorrow. Team AJ all day, every day, blood. And let me just tell Gary done the Instagram video with Yard v Fight. And on the Yard v Arthur. And on the video, you hear Gary cussing bad word. But I can't repeat it on the show. It's too graphic. But big up, Gary. Thank you so much for the $44.99.
Let me tell you this now.
Yeah.
Ronnie Shields should have had that mouth when he was brought over here to England to do the work. Now that things ain't working in your favor now, because if he said, all right, then I'm going to train for the fight. Don't get me twisted. Ronnie Shields is a very, very good trainer. And he's also the half brother of Courtney Shan, who used to work with Lennox Lewis. Now people don't know that, but I'll let you know, right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, exactly. See, you learn something new every day on the show. So when he was brought over, Courtney Shields Ronnie Shields, is not the guy to start badding up, man. Come on, man. You got to do this. You got to That's not his style. We heard Tommy Brooks said that to us when he's on the show. Like, he's a very laid-back trainer. He likes to implement certain skills. He likes to put those things on guys, but he don't like to stick it on, man. Right? That's the kind of trainer he is, right? So I'm not saying he's not accomplished because he's worked with great fighters. Right, cool.
Tyson. He's worked with Tyson.
Right. Pardon me?
He worked with Tyson.
He worked with Mike Tyson. He worked with loads of great guys. He worked with Mike McCallum. Go through the whole list. Pernell Whitaker. Remember, Pernell Whitaker left the great Georgie Benton and started working with him.
Yes.
But that was more arguments over money, but that's another story for another day. Right? And that was in 95. So when we're looking on Ronnie Shields saying like, oh, well, this is why AJ's going to lose, because he's sitting there saying, "Rah, this little Garcia man just come over. This little Mexican man just take my paycheck." That's where the talk comes from.
No, but that's what I was gonna say. Well, that question left me because we got into other conversations.
All right.
But what I was gonna do is ask, hold tight, Joe could do it. Look at that, a young professional, a young kid about to make his professional debut, and Johnny, remember this name. I don't gamble, but this kid here. All right, Joe Kadua making his debut September the 16th at UCL. Remember, he has contributed 449 to the show. He said this is a sick show tonight. Thank you very much, Joe. Really appreciate it. Anyway, what I was gonna say, Johnny,
can I ask a quick question?
That's one of the things I wanted to ask. Robert Garcia, I listened to his interview. Very, very beautiful human being, very nice man. But do you think this is actually the team that can remember? This is their first fight together after leaving McCracken. There's a lot of changes that's going on in that camp, and you're not really going in with a notable trainer at heavyweight. Not like when Lennox went to Emmanuel Stewart. You're going in with these again guys. A Mexican trainer known for training Mexican fighters at a lower weight. Again, I like what Robert Garcia said about weight. Really, it's not that much different, and I've always said that as well. But he's a small man, and I don't know if he's got that aggression. When it gets, is he gonna say to AJ in the 6th, 7th, 8th round, bruv, go out there and just throw the thing? You know what I'm saying? Have these guys got that in them to give AJ the extra, because he's got to have it himself. We know that. Do you feel Garcia and Fernandez are going to be able to bring that out? Because we need some woman king ancestry, African Zulu warrior son, fam. We need different, bro. I need AJ to literally come in the ring with not that silk robe. He needs to come in with some tribal nonsense. Coming with it. AJ needs to come in with a spear, fam. Like a spear. Show him, man. The same way Usyk came with a visor thing and the new age thing. AJ needs to come in with a warrior robe, a spear, and say, "Come on, bro. I'm too excited. Sorry, Johnny. You know me.
I'm glad that you said. I'm gonna hand it over to Johnny, but I'm glad that you said it. That and you had something in your hand as well, Tunde. You know?
The spear.
Yeah, because when you just did that, I said, "What do you write poetry? You like Shakespeare, bro?"
Come on. No. I'm just excited. But Johnny, what do you think about these guys? Have they got what is absolutely needed? Yeah, bro. Are they gonna tell AJ? Are they gonna put their own reputation on the line, much like I did in Russia? Because I don't care what people think. I'm doing it for my guy. I'm trying to salvage something from deep within to bring it out. And I don't know if these guys have. I think at this stage, this is what I believe AJ needs. Not brothers who are just, come on, this is good, or just, come on, FN, this is FN, that. No, fam. You just need some different kind of language, bro. You need, Johnny, you need that them Sheffield bad man. You need something, Johnny. Yeah, I was talking to Shiesty last night, and I'm saying, fam, it's better, MC Shiesty, big up, Shan. I'm saying, it's better you just draw for me and Spencer in the corner, because we would have just lift him up, fam.
Unfortunately,
come on, bro, bring it home. Yeah. Bring this thing home, AJ. Come on.
Unfortunately,
I'm getting excited.
Unfortunately, there's not enough true coaches left. And a coach isn't just about making you hit the bag or do the pass or do your footwork, give you a bit of knowledge. A true coach is someone that's going to talk the sport, talk the history of the sport, train the mind about past fighters as well, so you understand. Train the body about conditioning. Give a philosophy and a lifestyle. That's a true coach. And like yourself, Tunde, and like nothing, man, you're going to have to go through years before people will give you the credit where credit's due. But you've got to learn the craft one at a time. You're gonna make your mistakes, make experiences. You won't get your credit until another 20 years time. And you know, this man's done that, this man's done this. But at the moment, you're riding hard because you're thinking, I'm getting results here. But you'll get true credit when your time comes, but it won't be when you're ready. It won't be now. It'll be in 10, 20 years time. Now Garcia, and even Angel Fernandez, he's in the same situation. He might not have his supporters right now, but he's gonna have to put the work in to get the respect, and he's gonna have to go through ups and downs in this game. But so people say, you know what, that man's earned his stripes, and that's like you got it in the first half with Jard. You know, you got the sticks, and you thought, you know what, shut your mouth, move on, let's fix this right. You moved on. You've got to earn your stripes in this, but the understanding of a true coach. Why don't you people like Ben Tyson's ex-trainer,
Davison.
Ben Davison, and he's trying to talk about there's no good coach out there. He's saying this about. I'm thinking you better shut up, man. He's trying to say no good coach. I'm thinking you're a new boy on the block. People know who you are because of what you've done with because your association with Tyson Fury, and so this takes time. So Garcia. Don't think just because as soon as you heard Garcia and was in that they just met. These people were talking 2 years ago, you know, and you know what? It's a case of AJ felt comfortable with this man. It's the conversation for, you know what, this works for me. You work for me. So and then the public hear about it. Oh, he's just took on trainer Garcia. He's not educating people to say we've been speaking to ages. He's making you feel just stay ignorant. I'm not educating you. So again, don't read the headlines. You just got to think these guys have developed a relationship before. AJ will have chosen him because they click, and that works for you. You've got to have someone that works for you that you can listen to, that will inspire you, that actually gets you, and you feel you get them and you trust. And it doesn't matter what our thought is. It's AJ's choice.
No, I'll be honest with you. When I listened to Robert Garcia's interview, straight away I said, in my own mind and heart, I said, that's why he's clicked with AJ, because I can feel his spirit. I can feel this guy, you know, he's got the attitude and, you know, the humility. He's the calm. He's been an ex-fighter. He understands the fighter's mentality. And I said to myself, that's why. I just hope, you know, I'm hoping and praying that, you know, if it does get to that situation, because USYK is not going to lay down, Johnny. USYK ain't coming. No, if you fight him, he's going to fight you back, you know, and he'll do it in an intelligent way. Anton, go ahead.
Johnny or anyone else, really, but if it gets to the later rounds and the plan's not working, at what point does AJ need to say, it's me in the ring, I need to take over and just do whatever I can to try and win this fight?
He should say that from day one. Yeah, you work on instinct. Yeah, you should know that from instinct. You're giving instructions, say this will work. But even though you're giving instructions, you know when you're in the ring, your man's in front of you. Your instinct, your gut instinct, your fighting instinct will say, this is what I've got to do. This is my plan. This is my background. This is what I've got to do. I've got to win this fight. I don't want to teeth this fight. I want to win this fight. So AJ will be in the fight. And you know, there's times when you're in the fight and you hit a man and everybody's saying, get him, he's gone. But you know he's not gone. But everybody on the outside think you've got it. So you've got to follow that gut, that primal instinct. And that's what fighters have. That's what makes them different from every man on the street. You know, and boxing is the only place you can legally get killed, because this is an instinctive act. And so at what stage does AJ think, right, this is me in the ring? From the second he steps in the ring, from the second he put his gloves on in the dressing room, he knows what he's got to do. And that's why all that he's got to forget everybody else. He's being given direction, and he's going to use his direction. But you remember, his gut is telling him, right, this is what you got to do. Step in there. It's got to be instinctive. You can't work, otherwise you're a robot. You can't say, I'll throw one shot, I'll do that. We've given a plan to work by, but you've got to use your gut, your primeval experience to bring it into play.
Anton, what did you gauge from the weigh-in and the actual stare down? Because I've got a lot of messages today, different views and opinion about. I mean, Spencer asked me as well. I didn't even answer the question because I wanted to wait till tonight's show. What did you take from the stare down after the weigh-in?
If anyone goes on my Twitter, which is Antoine Speaker, you can see I did a piece to camera whilst it was taking place. I must have done about 6 takes of this piece to camera because they were still staring for that long. So I'd speak, look back, they're still there. Speak, look back, they're still there. So it was a very long stare or face off, however you want to call it. And AJ said it didn't mean anything, but I feel like you're looking into a man's eyes for that period of time. You're gauging if he's going to look away. You're gauging what his demeanor in that moment. But I think especially with Usyk, even though it seems like Spencer doesn't rate him that much from that perspective.
No, I do rate him. I do rate him.
From that perspective of being phased mentally, I don't think he's going to be phased there. And I don't think AJ is going to be phased either. But I think it was AJ trying to show Usyk, I'm ready. I'm ready for this.
Okay. Johnny, what did you gauge?
Well, I think AJ, as I said, initially when this fight happened and he announced it, I was, excuse my French, sort of pissed off because I saw Usyk do the old school trick. And your mother, I tell you something, but I'm not repeating it. He did the old school trick, took his camera out, being his friend, smiling, AJ smiling with him. I'm like thinking, what are you doing? What are you doing? And this is weeks when the fight's been announced. And he's familiar with this. He's making Usyk feel comfortable in his presence. And I'm thought, what are you doing? And when I saw that, when it was announced months ago, I'm like, I want to drag the screams, AJ, no. So this time when it came to weighing, AJ's thinking, I don't want to be familiar with you. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to be anything. I don't want you to feel comfortable around me. If you look historically in boxing, Roberto Duran beat Sugar Ray Leonard before they actually got in the ring. You know, he had Sugar Ray Leonard fighting like a madman. Sugar Ray Leonard beat Marvin Hagler before they got in the ring. He twisted him up mentally. And fighting is mental warfare as well as physical warfare. So when it came to the standoff, AJ's trying to redeem himself to say, you know what? I'm not your friend. I'm not going to smile and laugh with you. I'm going to stay you out. And then you can see as he's thinking, you know what? I've done my bit, yeah. Shook his hand, no skinny tea, did his bit and left. Usyk was hanging about, popping in everybody's interview, smiling. He's relaxed. He's got a great poker face. He needed AJ to feel to make him feel comfortable. I'm glad AJ didn't do that and he just got out of the way. But you know, he should have done it a long time ago. So Usyk's just thinking for the last 3 months, man, this guy's pissed. But he hasn't. Usyk's thought he's a nice guy. I've got him again. Our friend. Remember when Andrew Reeves came on the stage to hold the belts? And AJ's accommodating him. And this is because he's a polite young man. He's got manners. You know what I mean? But in this boxing game, you got to cut that thing out. So when it came to weighing itself, I'm glad he didn't engage in any familiarity. Got the job done, stared him out to say, I'm here. You know, this is business. I'm not going to smile. I'm not going to laugh. I'm not going to talk to you. I'm out of this. So I'm glad it worked out the way it worked out today.
But also, Johnny, did you see after Usyk did the pictures and messing around with the interviews, he then went backstage and went to the ring and was testing that out. So it's like, I think there's a little bit of a show he puts on, but then there's a seriousness that people don't see. Because literally, I went behind the curtain to see that. There was hardly anyone else who were filming it. No one else would have noticed. Obviously, AJ is going to test the ring at some point himself. But for me, it seems like Usyk doesn't leave any stone unturned.
Antoine.
No, he doesn't. So tomorrow morning, same thing is going to happen tomorrow morning as well. We're going to be in there tomorrow morning. AJ will probably come in. Usyk's done his bit, you know, but it's about the hustle. It's about the poker face.
Antoine, Usyk is a professional for a very, very long time. All of those things, you're meant to go and do those things. You don't become an undisputed cruiserweight champion and then become a unified heavyweight champion if you don't, like Johnny keeps on saying from day dot, which he got from Brendan Ingle, that the devil's in the detail. That you don't do those kind of things because he's been around well-versed people from the get-go. From his youth, he was sparring with Klitschko's. You know what I mean? From his youth. So this is not like, oh, wow, he's doing this and that. I've been in boxing a very long time. So when I'm seeing guys like what Usyk is doing, I'm saying I get all of that. But there's a lot of trichology inside of it. Yes, he's very clever. Not turning around and say he's not a smart man. He's a smart man. He's a clever guy, right? I'm not saying that he's not technically very sound. He's sound. But it's Tunde that brought it up to me. Say, Spencer, go watch back the fight again. AJ was in that fight, you know. It's because I was there ringside and I wanted AJ to do so much more, the first fight, and he didn't do it, that I was left disheveled. I was upset. And I was like, right, what's the matter with this brother? But now when I'm looking at, yeah, Usyk is good. Yeah. He's that
He's
good.
a host that he's hustled in. He bullshitted his way through.
Right, he was that good that Derek Chisora bad him up. Derek Chisora had him up in that fight. He was that good. You know what I mean? He was that good that Michael Hunter, who never even trained for it, gave him a hard run. You know what I mean? He was that good that Chaz, out of shape Chaz Witherspoon. Come on, man.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
When you went back and watched it, if AJ doesn't get injured, like the eye injury, do you think he could eventually have won that fight? I'm just curious.
No, I don't. Because I think AJ was beaten mentally prior. Because AJ was listening to everyone, oh, you can't box with him. So he's saying, like, oh, yeah, I've got a box with him. Listen to me. You don't need to box him. You just need to brock him up. That's what you got to do. Right? And the next thing, man's talking about this Usyk. I've watched the fight about 4 times now over the last week. Usyk don't like it to the body.
I think, Benz, I think we all know this. I think, no. I mean, it's been
AJ used to thump him in his gut.
But what I'm trying to say is that the reason why I say I think everyone knows this is that everybody's saying it. So you would think a man of Usyk's stature, experience, knows that also. There are many people who have tried to go to his body. It ain't going to be as easy as just going to his body.
But when AJ did go to his body, it hurt him,
Yeah, but again, this guy's a master trickster. He's a master trickster. So, like, you might hit him to the body, but he will ruffle it. He will move around. You got to get him in a position, and the only way you're going to do that is, again, I use it again, the blueprint, yard Arthur 2. Back him up, head in chest if you have to, ties and work the body. But it's easier said than done because of the caliber. I'm in no way aligning Lennon Arthur to Usyk. It's 2 different ball games.
No, I'm glad that you just said that.
What I'm trying to say is that we know that. And Usyk knows that. So I just feel that Anthony Joshua has to go in there, be physical, and that's it. We just hope that he doesn't gas out early, and I hope he's fit. And I know boxers, these heavyweights don't seem to like doing all road work. They're all on step machines and all this nonsense, But I hope he's done his road work. I saw the pictures of him running because it's important. It's important whether you're a heavyweight or not. I believe anyway. That's your gas tank. And so, as long as Anthony Joshua has that mindset, which I think he has, I think we should be good tomorrow night.
Last October, you said we could get to him. Hold it there. From last year October, after Joshua fought and came up second best, and when you talk about this romance science, that is all that it is. Listen to me, because check this one out. If I said to AJ, I'm gonna put AJ and Usyk in a room to have a scrap, right? I'm gonna lock you in my little office right now, and you two are gonna have a scrap. And who's gonna come out on top? And if I said that to AJ in his head would think, no, I'll brock him up. So this way, your mindset, you go sit after brock up, man. Now,
yeah,
no ifs or buts.
Yeah, it's 2 mindsets though. There's 2 people in the room.
And I'm saying,
there's 2 people in the room. It ain't just AJ. This is what I'm trying to say. Usyk's in that room as well. And he might have the same theory.
Blinking power, Tunde. I'm telling you this now.
Let's put it this way. We know AJ can be better than the first fight. Are we all in agreement on that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we know AJ can be better in the first fight. Is there something? Can Usyk provide more than what he did in the first fight?
Just more pressure. All he can do is start earlier. There's nothing more he can do, nothing more he has to do, because he didn't go back after the last fight and he said, and they cussed him out because he didn't do anything wrong. He did everything right. The only thing he'd say what can change is he just needs to start earlier. There's nothing more he can do.
That question, yeah? You get 36 minutes of fighting. When you're saying start earlier, what, you wanted to start fighting in the change room? This starting early to
No. I'm talking.
Explain it to me.
Yeah, I'm talking to you this. I'm talking to you. you know, when he starts to put the pressure on, it's usually, if you look, he usually starts to do it around round 5, round 6, and start to slowly but surely ramp it up. If he starts to do this from round 2 and starts to drag him in, starts to make man think, starts to try to push him away, that's what he has to do.
Man, Johnny, you know what he does? He figures out ways of your feet positioning, and it takes him a few rounds to do that. He done it with Tony Bellew. Tony Bellew done very well against Usyk before Usyk knocked him out. He done well against him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Usyk is clever because he position you where he wants you to be, so he can clap you with that straight left hand, right? Then he comes back with a hook. Then he goes back on his jab. Then he settles himself again. He does that little kind of funny bop. He waits. Then boom, he stabs you again with a straight left hand. Then he comes with a right hook. Brother, if I rough you up, you can't do that to me. If I go you and just dash you on the floor, like what Larry O's done to Michael Spinks.
But he just needs to do that. That's what he needs to do.
Parliamentary.
Even thumping a man on the blind side of the referee. And I mean, thumping him in the seat bag, you know. And I know that's wrong. I know that's wrong. But these are things that he needs to do to make my man think, what the deuce, things that are just out of the norm. Get away with whatever you possibly can. Because this is the fight game. And I'm not telling AJ to cheat. What I'm saying to you is, when you're talking rough him up, I'm talking rough a man up. That's what you got to do. You got to
Have you seen AJ implement that kind of style before, though?
No, not that he can't, because I'm quite sure he can. We've all got little brothers, or had little brothers, or siblings, or bigger brothers, and all that kind of stuff. We can all have a little grapple. You know, AJ needs to just bring that. When they talk about the old school AJ, when I'm talking about the old mentality, when he got in the box, Dylan White, he was them man of fighting after the bell. You know, he's like he was tormenting. He was struggling. He was like a troublesome little picnic. You know, that mentality is what he needs to bring into this fight here. Can I
say something, Johnny? It wasn't AJ that came with the romance hands. It was Dylan. It was Dylan, fam. And then
he answered.
But he answered in the ring. He wasn't coming with no gangman thing. Like it weren't. It was Dylan. And I want people to understand that. We're talking about that aggression. He dealt with the aggression in a boxing way, but it was actually Dylan that threw that mad shot after the bell, and his front foot came up like that. It was Dylan. It weren't AJ. I didn't tell you about that.
But what I'm saying is, but he replied to that.
Sorry, let's not. Thank you. What's that? KO Boxing Vibe. Thank you for £2. Educated pressure is the key, not rushing Usyk. Right, yes. But educated, I agree with you. Educated pressure is the key. But when you're saying educated pressure, it better be from a tight guard, and you better be marching down a man.
Yes. AJ can do it. Listen, gentlemen, we actually could go on for hours and hours and hours. It has been a great discussion. I'm sure we're gonna come back on a Sunday after the fight and really have another conversation about what went down live in Saudi tomorrow night. I can't wait, Johnny. I'm gonna pester you lot to give me your final predictions on the fight. Each and every one of you, Spencer, Antoine, and Johnny. And I'll start off. Anton, what is your final prediction for tomorrow night in Saudi Arabia?
I think AJ by knockout, round 10. I would say round 8, but that's literally the prediction I stole from Spencer, so I can't say round 8. I just feel like Usyk will have a level of durability, and he always has a level of skill, but in my heart of hearts, I want AJ to dig deep. For the first time today, I heard AJ's mum, who I'd never met in real life before, and she came up to me and she said she follows me. I'd never met in real life, and so I know his mum's ringside, his family's, like, do you know what I mean? All of these people are there, and I just don't feel like he would be inviting this level of people if he didn't believe in himself he can do the business. So I believe he's going to do business.
Love that. Great. I want to hear Johnny last. Spencer Fearon.
I told my
What's your prediction for tomorrow night?
My prediction is this. Especially after I spoke to AJ yesterday. AJ's going to bruck up Usyk. As simple as that. Right? In no next talk, AJ is going to brock him up because I had words. I said, Bridget, do you know how blessed that you are? This isn't no joke thing, you know. Tunde saying romance science. Told him this. He said, yeah, I know. I said, this is what it is. Forget about all of this business. It's war. And you know why I felt confident? When he was at the press conference at the weigh-in, he went in no business. It was like, yeah, come. And you know what? From the energy that I saw from there, they both were slightly apprehensive. You know what I mean? Usyk, because he was doing bare gulps. I was watching him, you know. He was doing bare gulps. But Usyk is like, oh, it's a different age I'm getting this time. I was looking for this laughy, jokey, and ha business. So you are going to come to fight. So he knows that he's going to come to fight. So if AJ bites down on his gumshoe, which I hope that he does, AJ's going to brook up Usyk. That's that. And you know what? It could even be earlier than the rounds that I'm saying. But
what round do you say?
The back of what I saw Derek Chisora do to him, and I'm saying Derek's around him as well. And it's like, listen, let's rough up this man. And you know what? If you don't and you come second best, but you go out there and try to do it, your stock's still high. There's more payday.
Stole my line, man. But go. So can we have a round?
Lines. I'm gonna. You know what? There's something in me that's saying AJ points, right? There is something bad that's saying AJ points.
Me too.
But I'm gonna go for AJ anywhere from round. I'm gonna change it. I'm going round 7, AJ.
Round 7. Interesting. Well, we have the esteemed Mr. Nelson, not Johnny, we cancel that. When you get up there, we just cancel out your first name. Mr. Nelson.
All right, then. All right.
Johnny,
my call is this.
I
think all of our decisions are also inspired by what we really want deep down inside our heart. So our heart and head. Our heart is saying we want AJ to win. Even if deep down inside the head saying, why? I don't know if my man can do it. Our heart is saying we want AJ to win. Common sense tells you, you're thinking, right, it's a big ask for Anthony Joshua. But I'm telling you this, Anthony Joshua has proved to me that if he makes a mistake once, you won't catch him a second time. And I'm saying Anthony Joshua comes out there, and Anthony Joshua, if he sticks to the game plan, the devil's in the detail. If he deviates, he's done. If he sticks to the game plan, I say Anthony Joshua, 6 rounds. 6 rounds. He's got to stick to the game plan. If he doesn't, then the same thing happens again. And that's where the devil is. If he sticks to the game plan, I can't see it going another way. And we're all inspired by our heart. We're all inspired by our loyalty. We're all inspired by our familiarity. And then we want the Brit to win. We're all inspired by that. And it makes a massive difference in our decision. But I'm telling you, hand on heart, that's what I believe. AJ sticks to the game plan. He pulls it off. If he doesn't, he gets turned over. What we've got to do.
And to echo what Spencer said, AJ told me this time around he's willing to die on his sword. He wants to put on a performance that's worthy of heroism. He wants to go out like a hero. That's literally what he said.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the fight is right. You ain't getting no long exegesis from me. I'm telling you straight. Anthony Joshua will knock out this boy 3 rounds, max. 3 rounds knockout. That's what I'm going with. I'm not going to I'm not coming with no explanation. No, you got to do this, you got to do that. Come on, Anthony Joshua. We're with you. The fight is right is with you. Johnny Nelson, Antoine, Spencer Fearon. The powers is with you. Straight knockout. Go in there. No joking. Just zone in. Have in your brain as you're coming out. This guy cannot live with me. You can dilly-dally, all that. Just back him up. Make him fight. And if you do that, when you do that, Mr. Joshua, we're going to be on the air Sunday saying hip hip hooray. Ladies and gentlemen.
Before Anton goes, massive big up to you, Anton. One of your producers down at ITV phoned me today for me to do the breakdown for the Anthony Joshua Usyk fight on Monday. But I know that's down to you, so thank you very much. Johnny Nelson, thank you. Seriously, thank you for all the help and support that you gave me when I was a little youth who just walked into Sky, and how you always kind of like, you know what I mean? He was always there. You know what I mean? Tunde, I don't need to big up Tunde no more because Tunde's my brother from another mom from morning. But all three of you, men air, the support that I got from you, man air, when my mum chipped out, I don't forget those kind of things. And for all four of us now to say, like, to come into conclusion, we're saying, right, we're going for Anthony Joshua. And the reason why we're going behind it, I'm just saying, come on, Anthony Joshua. Because I'm trying to tell, man, from straight standard, if you are British, you should be supporting Anthony Joshua. Right? Simple as that. Because
I think it even goes deeper than that.
No, of course it does.
I think it's just great for boxing that Anthony wins.
Tunde,
I said Anthony Joshua is the Tiger Woods of boxing. When he exists at the top, everyone makes money.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
and people don't understand that. If any other fight is in Saudi Arabia right now, I'm still in London. Simple as that. That shows the levels, and that's me who's not even in the ring.
Shows the levels. Tyson Fury could be fighting in Saudi Arabia. Would you have traveled out today?
No.
Tyson Fury. There's no disrespect to Tyson Fury because I love him and I big up his dad, John Fury. Tyson Fury fights in America. It's not even sell out. All right. Understand the magnetism that this Anthony Joshua has, right? Yeah. And when you got that kind of magnetism, you're gonna get your criticism at the same time. You should be doing this. You should be doing that. You should be doing this, and blah 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 blah, and all the rest of it. Yeah. But let's just be be real about this whole thing. Anthony Joshua is a multi-millionaire, and off of the back of it, there's X amount of fighters who become millionaires because he brought that mechanics to Sky and the pay-per-view, and everybody was back on it. So all these men that were sitting down and kind of making these little slide digs at Anthony Joshua right now, I'm saying you should all shut your mouth because you're all ate bread because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep it 100.
This show has been today. This show's been fire.
AJ, go do the business. That's what I'm saying.
This show has been fire. And if you want to get bare jokes, tune into the first 15 minutes of me cussing Spencer's Ross.
And who was complaining about the producer? You said the wrong link. Right.
They tried to mash her up, you know. They tried to mash me up.
We can't mash up. Because listen, this is the thing about us, Spence. You knock down one, okay, there's another one. It's like, bro, we just keep coming. You can't keep us down for too long. One man's got another man's back. And this show is great. Johnny Nelson, it has been an absolute pleasure. You don't know how much it breaks my heart to have you here this evening because I see Wagwan. And I'm like, no, this is one of the reasons why this platform was built. You know, when you see certain things, when you have certain eyes, you know, you just want to be heard and heard properly. And I feel that the other so-called podcasts were picking. That's what this clickbait thing is about. You know,
I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to just say what I got to say. But you know what? Sometimes Brendan always said, leave them ignorant. If they want to go on with that foolishness, they can go on with it. But as long as I know, I can sleep at night.
Come on.
But boys, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. You have to put me on next week when we're chatting about this thing, but definitely.
Yeah, 100%.
Wow.
Anton, I see you in the morning, man.
Anton is the only man in Saudi Arabia with a shirt, suit, and tie right now.
What are you talking about? He's the only man in Saudi Arabia with dreadlocks. But don't worry. You better mind.
Show you this. Everybody likes it. Where is it? Here we go.
Come on, sharp.
Tailored. There we go.
Come on, big up.
Antoine Allen. I walk on my own dress, my own designs.
Mr. ITV does it again.
Come on, man.
Now, what a beautiful show, Spence and Anton, and thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Right, it's always been an appreciation to be around you both. Obviously, I knew Spencer first. Spencer introduced me to Tunde. Tunde introduced me to Anthony Yard. So it's always a pleasure watching your growth. And even the first time I tuned in, when I saw people were literally just giving you money, and it's no less than what you deserve. The knowledge, the energy, the strength, the wisdom, all of that. The fact that people will listen to other podcasts who don't have no connections, don't really know what they're talking about, just shows the nature of the world. But what you're doing is obviously getting the recognition, and it will only grow and grow. So when I said to Tunde that when two brothers fight, a stranger takes your land. That's the truth. Because what you have here is an amazing platform. I'm sure all of your followers would miss you if you didn't exist, if you weren't doing this and you won't continue to do this. So blessings to you both. And AJ will handle this business. And I'm sure we'll be back tomorrow to congratulate and cheer and see whose prediction was better.
So, Anton, what time's the ring walk? Because I know you're out there working.
So what time? I heard it's 10:30 UK time. It's like 12:30 here.
Wicked. That's cool. That's even better.
And yes, we will be doing the watch along. Spence, I might have to come to your yard, you know.
Yeah.
Because
boys, it's literally 12 o'clock here, so I am gonna go to sleep.
Go to bed. Me and Tunde keep to get
Yeah, me and Spence.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to the shop tomorrow to make them just go through and just, I don't know what kind of demonic virus they come. I can't get, even on my phone, I can't get onto my Google Mail, you know.
That's serious.
Yeah.
The powers. They might block one, they can't block two. They can't block.
Exactly. It was after Johnny. And boy, if you knew the stress that I was going through, I was all getting all, but you know what? We got there. We got there, bro. We got there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got there. And these men don't even get this part too tough, because like I'm saying. Yeah, man, G Change said Aries Spears landed the virus. Yeah, he did. He loaded the virus onto my things because Tunde cussed it too vicious. Right?
Bro, old-type Mixmaster Dodger, he said, real talk, this podcast is pay-per-view worthy.
That's cool. Mix, you're sending him money?
Old-type 700 people on the live. Press that like button. Come on, get the analytics up. And subscribe.
Do you want to eat 12,000? Do you want to eat 12,000 on the weekend? Trust me.
100%, man. Listen, man.
We're up there, 900.
Dean Wilson, the Ghana one. Come on, Shola, Dean Wilson, Rams. It's just been a great show. Positive vibes all the way. Thank you all for joining us. Tomorrow is on. It's on, Spence. And I think we should start the show. But if it's 10:30 ring walk, I don't want to give no man no energy. So maybe only one man's getting that energy tomorrow. And that's AJ.
Maybe about 10 o'clock. Like I said,
maybe we start at 10 o'clock.
Up here is a picture of the great Muhammad Ali in 1966 when he came over to the UK for his second fight against Henry Cooper. And this man won the World Heavyweight Championship 3 times. And he's looking over us right now. And I wanted to do the same thing for AJ and give him that energy. You know what I mean? And give him that energy, because you guys don't realize how important it is for AJ to win. Lots of people are talking through their own insecurities about, they want him to see him lose. They want to see him get back up. And like I put out, yesterday I done something on IFL, and man's coming to me, no, you can't tell me who I'm meant to support. I'm supporting USYK, because Usyk's got more. What did he say? Someone says that Usyk's got more. He's more English than Joshua. How his behavior is more English than Joshua. Right. This is the nonsense that we have to go keep up with. But when we address it, then that's why I've left it. But I'm saying this now. I want to see Anthony. And the next thing, if Anthony Joshua does beat Usyk tomorrow, it's a bigger feat than when Ali became 3-time heavyweight champion.
Deep. Johnny Nelson didn't say that, but Johnny Nelson was saying it's going to be up there with the greats. And I think you have to agree with that, because
listen, remember when Ali beat Leon Spinks to become the heavyweight champion 3 times, he was meant to beat Leon Spinks in the first fight. Leon Spinks only had 7 professional fights going into him. I mean, former Olympic gold medalist from the Montreal 1976 Olympics when he won at heavyweight, when he won that championships then, right? So we can't look at light heavyweight when he won that championships then. So we can't look at him and think, he's a heavyweight when he won it. His brother Michael Spinks won the middleweight championship, but Michael famously went up and beat Larry Holmes to become the heavyweight champion of the world. So he became a two-weight heavyweight champion, a 2-weight champion, right? But when we look at if AJ beats Usyk, because remember this part here, right? And I see like Eddie Hearn, he's kind of boosting up Usyk a bit too much. Well, if people want to say like it's like he's kind of thinking that AJ's going to lose, you know? He's not talking like, AJ's going to win. He's saying like, well, he's the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. Who said Usyk's the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, bro?
No, he's Ring Magazine pound for pound fighter, number one in the world, isn't he? I think he is.
Is he?
I think so. He was the first. He's the first heavyweight for many years.
Well, I don't know how that one worked because the other day he wasn't higher than Errol Spence. He wasn't higher
Yeah,
than Terrell.
I do remember seeing him being number one, but I think it's
He's
changed.
number one now. That's
Yeah.
mad to them. Well, he ain't number one in my estimations. He's up there. He ain't number one. You know what I mean? He ain't done more than he. You know what I mean? He has not, as far as I am concerned, right? How can you be pound for pound number one when you are not the most dominant person in your weight division?
Well, he beat.
He's not the most dominant person in the heavyweight division. Even though they're saying my man just retired, I don't believe that anyway about Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is the number one heavyweight in the world as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Frank said that as well. Frank Warren said
none of these Frankie Blue Eyes. You know what I mean?
Frankie Blue Eyes said none of these guys can say they're number one until you beat Tyson Fury because he is the number one.
Right.
Bobby Wright, thank you for the 449 again. Best show on the goddamn internet. Facts.
Hashtag facts.
Come on, hashtag facts. And Leah O, when he wins tomorrow, I want to hear pound for pound, since everyone was quick to give USYK that title for beating AJ. Correct.
Come on, Leah. You know how this thing's set. The thing about it is this, right? I'm not arguing for people to be romanticizing about USYK, yeah? But I'm just going to be real. Anthony Joshua represents us, right? And when I'm saying like he represents us, he represents cultural Britain, right? He represents a unified Britain, right? And don't miscue his words, what he said at no rally and all the rest of it, because I'm not buying into none of that nonsense, right? Anthony Joshua is an inoffensive, big guy, similarly to Frank Bruno. I'm going to be real with you, because he's inoffensive. You know what I mean? He's not there saying anything to no extremes or blah, blah, blah. And yeah, we heard about, what's his name? Eddie Chambers, who done that little bitch move on him. Loads of people can say, so listen, if somebody was to listen to what me and Tunde say, before
it runs out the Snapchat, you know, is it a dad? Old Tight Rams 1154. For the love of the show, but Uncle T, you have to give Uncle Spence a piece of the particular Snapchat money. He ain't getting nothing. Nothing for the show.
Don't worry about that. I don't need it. So don't worry about it.
Out, man,
you know what I mean? Tunde needs it. I don't need it. I don't need it, but you're not giving us everything. You know what I mean? Make me not come back on the show, you see what I'm to you, right?
bro, the people was on the show regardless. Anyway,
because they thought I was coming. They're just waiting. They're hearing your reckless now.
Don't start no ego thing with me, because you know, bro. I had the most people on the watch along. You know, it's me on the watch along thing. That's my thing. Don't start your ego nonsense about your 7-bedroom yard. You stupid idiot. Tunde. You know, brother. So you know that it is 7-bedroom Spence. Just like that, man. All that ego business.
Anyway. I'm not gonna allow it. Because I ain't the abuse. You think about this is the abuse you run off your mouth with. I was so angry, and I said, let this thing work. And when I trying to make this thing work, I was even madder.
That's why I was blocking your phone. You know that hurts. You know when you're trying to get through.
I'm trying to ring you twice. It's Gary that I was trying to get hold of Gary. When I see that, I said, I didn't see that.
Gary down. The button I gave Gary. Gary, you need to watch back the first 15 minutes of the show. You and Spencer got it, mate. You got it. I told you, look, how I feel.
Oh, shut up.
Anyway.
Put a sock in it, mate.
2 minutes to 8. 2 minutes to 10.
Oh, sorry. That Hargovic Zhang fight is a big boy fight, you know.
Yeah, literally big.
It's a big, but it's a good fight.
Yeah,
that is a good. Seriously, no disrespect. Like my brother, and he's my brother. I love Badu Jack, but I have no interest in his fight. I wanted to come out victorious, but I have no interest in his fight because I don't even know the brother who's fighting.
Actually, to me, he's in a good fight, you know, with that beast brother. Against the beast, you know, the one who's always got his kids doing mad training as well. Yeah, that's a good fight, brother. I want to see that fight, brother. I don't know what time that fight is, but I might have to do the watch along for that one, because that fight is going to be a rockers. I'm telling you that now. The beast, they call him. Is it now? What's his? His name is the Beast, and obviously Andrew Tabiti is the Beast, another Beast as well. So it's like the Beast versus the Beast, but that's going to be a good fight. Yeah, I mean we can go on, but tomorrow is night, and it's going to be a great, great evening. We are only doing Anthony Joshua tomorrow. I'm not giving no energy. All the energy is going to the hometown fighter.
Yeah, James the Beast Wilson. Thank you very much, Daniel J. Yeah, that Beast man. He's a little tough man still.
Tough man.
You know what? Respect to Anthony Joshua, because Tabiti came over to help him in his camp. Remember, I was complaining about Anthony Joshua. What are you drinking there, too? What is that?
I'm not even giving these people. Anyone who gets booked up on the show, I want money. Right. You know, I'm not giving them that. That's why I cut off all the labeling and thing.
Yeah, right. When I see Tabiti was rolling with Joshua, so it's nice that Joshua said, "Yeah, I got you on this show." You know what I mean? Yes. That's a nice thing. I mean, respect to Anthony Joshua for that, because them man was rolling.
Alexander Wilson, thank you for the £5 again. He said Ronnie Shields. Oh, so Ronnie Shields is actually there. Ronnie Shields called the commission to look at Zeng's gloves. He said the padding is not all there. Interesting.
Boy, you see, like that Zeng brother, all he's saying is Chinese power, because he don't speak English, but every minute, Chinese power. Chinese power. That's what he's saying, bro.
Bro.
When he fought his last fight in China, 60 million people watched him.
Wow.
Serious, isn't it?
Yeah, trust me. Bro, Rams, I'm telling you, fam. I'm not giving no man no promotion now. This labeling thing is serious. Just boosting up man's products. Bro, buy stamina water. You get what I'm saying? Even though we ain't put it out yet, but I'm not giving no one no free advertisement on this thing here. You can't advertise on ITV for free.
Alexander Wilson, Shields is leading. Oh, he's Hergovic's corner, yeah?
Okay. Interesting. Because that's a potential fight for Anthony Joshua, because
it's the IBF eliminator, that fight.
Yeah, it's a potential. So there's some great fights on.
You know what? I'm just calling it as it is. Anthony Joshua gets victorious through this, and the fight's Tyson Fury. And whatever happens in the Tyson Fury fight, then calls that day. You know what I mean? All these fight this next uppercut, and there's always gonna be a next man waiting for you. It's like a gunslinger. You know what I mean? It's like a gunslinger. So you know what I mean? That's how I see it. And I'm, like I said, I have to big up Antoine Allen, I have to big up Johnny Nelson for them man jumping on the show. Look at that. What's that? Human Healer says Dylan White Dubois is a rumor. I heard that. The only one that could really bring that to.
Well, they said that. I heard Eddie Hearn say that today. Well, Kugan Cassius led that to Eddie Hearn, but I can't see Dylan taking that fight.
No.
Unless that's a world title. Dylan
it is a world title. It's the WBA regular title.
It's a what?
It's the WBA regular.
That ain't no world title. But
it's a WBA regular title, though.
There's only two men that have got the belt. That's USYK and Fury.
I know that bit, but it's a WBA regular title and it can be sold as a World Heavyweight Championship in London.
Nah.
It can be. I'm just letting you know that now.
But you don't fool nobody. No one. That's not fooling no one. But you got to win the proper belts. And I don't think Dylan, after wanting to, get his hands on that proper belt, the WBC, which he unfortunately lost to the better fighter. I can't see how Dylan would fight for what is it? It's just a WBA
regular title.
Regular
super champion. The man is a WBA super champion at heavyweight.
Yes.
Is Usyk. Oh, yeah. We shall. Oh, so Bobby Wright, have you come back from holiday? Have you? Because I see you just sporting it up.
Man said dunking out a ducking DDD calls, fam. Bro, that's not even nice. Don King's still knocking, man. 90 years old. It's a liberty. Old time Alexander Wilson, thank you for the $5. He said a lot of American fighters who have had contact with Usyk's camp said that Usyk's team is coming to knock out AJ. He wants to make a big statement. And I'll be honest with you, I get that feeling as well. I do get that.
But this is the thing. I want him to come and try and knock out AJ.
Yeah, because then he will get kicked.
So AJ can realize and drink the purple herb from Wakanda and know it is Wakanda forever, and you start to do this business in the fight. I hope that happens. I hope that happens.
Yeah, he ain't knocking out nothing. Trust me. But knockout. Bro, there's only one knockout tomorrow, and AJ's gonna knock out my man. I believe so. There's not much bigger fights than for the WBA regular for Dylan at the moment. Well, this fight's for Dylan. Deontay Wilder might get in there. Oh, Spencer's yawning again, people. So we better get off. You know he's an old man.
Yeah, damn right. I don't think you realize. For me to keep up with Tunde Ajayi tomorrow, when he start left foot right up, when he does a thing, I start sweating because I remember when Tunde first started, he start cool punches that weren't even there. So I'm saying I need my rest because I don't figure how big this fight is. I need my rest.
I'm so excited for this fight. I'm so excited for this fight. This fight is going to be proper. And everyone just tune in. Turn off the commentary that these men are giving you and get the real thing.
Yeah. Big up Meeks. Big up Mikel. Assalamu alaikum. Not sure why Angel Fernandez is still in AJ's corner. He's still in AJ's corner because AJ feels comfortable around him. That's the bottom line. You know what I mean? He actually feels comfortable around him. But one thing that I do is like, I don't know for Angel Fernandez or his resume or anything else yet. He's still new, but he has got a deeply, widely experienced man in Robert Garcia. So Angel can be there, and it's quite obvious that, you know what I mean, I'm from South London. Tunde's from South London. Man say, all right, who are you going to work with? I say, I'm going to work with man of a South London man. That is how it goes because there's a connection there. You know what I mean? If Tunde speaks Igbo, right? And I speak Igbo, and he's going to try and drop the little in the corner. So, and that's how it goes. That is how it goes.
Dylan White versus Deontay Wilder 2023. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see Dylan. I had to say Deontay Wilder against Anthony Joshua, regardless of what happens. I would like to see Tyson Fury against Usyk. I would like to see that. Obviously, Tyson Fury against Anthony Joshua is also on it. There's some great fights still left.
Angel Fernandez, VP 75. Angel Fernandez is high IQ, less Spence. You're taking Louise. It's high IQ.
Anyway, people, let's not.
It's Angel Fernandez. I'm telling man this now. You know what? Because he must know something to be in that position. You can't just tree man like that.
Bro, now let me talk certain talk right there.
Let's drink your drink, bro, before you just drown in
it. Nah, but Johnny said it. He said that, you know, in this game, you've got to pay your dues. And, you know, a lot of what these guys are doing, you're not going to get the credit for it till later on down the line. And so the young man, Angel Fernandez, is doing a great job. You know, great fighters, passionate about the game. He wants to win. And that also, I was thinking about that last night. I was thinking, like, you got to remember, you got Robert Garcia, who it has been really a dream of his to be involved in a fight of this magnitude and train a heavyweight. And then you also got the young Angel Fernandez, who people are doubting, but he doesn't doubt himself. And he wants to prove his worth as well. So you have two passionate people in the corner with AJ. And I guess that is also something that he needs. And it's all energy. So, you know, God willing, those two guys in the corner of Anthony Joshua tomorrow will be pivotal in him securing the victory. So we on the Fight Is Right wish Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk a great fight.
G-Trades is taking liberties.
I'm not even reading that Gary's thing. We wish Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk because at the end of the day, they're two men. They're putting their lives on the line. You know, boxing is the hurt business. When all said and done, it's the hurt business.
All right.
We don't want no one to come out seriously injured.
100%.
We just want to see a great fight,
100%.
and we want to see Anthony Joshua win. We
Right.
want to see.
Yeah, okay. I thought you were gonna say and good luck to you. I was saying no, I'm not bullshit man. No luck. Right now,
Yeah.
right now he's my open enemy. I really do like the guy, but you're my
Yeah.
open enemy right now.
Yeah.
I just want Joshua to punch your face in me. I'm just keeping this thing 100.
Come on,
I just want Anthony Joshua to punch your freaking face in me.
Brock up, man. No, you don't need to be so graphic like that. You don't need to be graphic like that. You don't
Punch
need to
what? I said friggin'. I didn't say effing.
punch his friggin'. You didn't even say that.
Punch your
Just
friggin'.
Brock up,
Listen, mate. That's all I want.
Just say Brock up, man. Anyway,
Listen, two
People-
blessings. Blocking back Tunde looks like a Maltesers.
bro. Yeah, you know the new people are back at the thing, so you know the energy's up again, fam.
How many we still got on the live? How many we still got on the live?
641, bro.
Boy, that's a really good number, man. But I also think
and there was more.
let's give him another 5 minutes, Tunde. Let's give him another 5 minutes.
You never. Oh well, bro.
Yeah.
You lot must be doing something right. Forget the old granddad Spencer. On
Yeah, that's right.
5 minutes.
But Tunde, these old granddad's do hands.
Okay. All the runnies. Maximum violence.
You know what? I don't want to go. I don't want to talk about this maximum violence. Every time we talk maximum violence, we get passive aggression. So I don't want to call on maximum violence.
Passive aggression. It's true, you know. Nah, we don't even want to be saying that. Just broke up, bro. I said it from the beginning. Roadman science. And when AJ knock out this boy, it's roadman science in the interview. That's what I'm looking to hear. Roadman science. Done the thing. No messing about. You got to go in there. You got to deliver. We know it. We've said it. Everyone knows it. Everyone's talking about body shots, but AJ's got a serious right hand that can clap out, man. That right hand is solid, fast. It needs to hit the button and just be accurate. And there's you run out of things to say. You know, we want him to run. But as I was talking to Kobe in the barber chair this morning at 6:30, I was saying something tells me that AJ might box this brother. He might keep it long, you know, Spence. He might keep it long. Because where the first time he followed, now he might be tricking, man. Yeah, I'm going in there aggression. He might just box him, keep him long, tie him up on the inside. But if that ain't working, you better just be clear on what you want to do. That's my opinion. Be clear on what you want to do. I've already put it out there. I'm not going back. I'm saying 3 rounds KO. That's what I'm going. I'm that's what I'm standing on. But there's always a but. He could outbox him. He could go for the boxing and could win it on points. Who knows? Who knows? All will be revealed tomorrow. Old type Carl Whitby. Randy Marsh says AJ needs to stand in the middle of the ring and just not move backwards. Every time Usyk steps forward, swing like Wilder. Tunde, you got your haircut at 6:30 a.m. And of course, every week I'm there 6:30. Spence, you don't know. I just wasn't talking. You phoned at 6:30. Kobe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was there. I was there, fam.
Bad
bad boys move in silence.
No, but he told me anyway. But to get my
No, he never. Yeah, after.
You never told who's in the barber chair. But what I do know is like certain man try to take liberties with him and try to block certain man from getting their haircut, and they had to go through. Like Kobe should give me percentage because bare man go to him since I cut my hair there. Bare man go to get his haircut. The one thing I have to give this you, Kobe. Yeah, Kobe cuts. Yeah, this you is. He's proper on his job. He's on his craft. No ramping. He's on his craft. You know what I mean? He's got very, very good work ethic. I like the youth so much. Very nice, humble youth. You know what I mean? There's a couple men in that barbershop who got some little bad mind juju energy, I'm telling you.
Why you think I go there at 6:30?
Exactly.
I don't want to see no one. I don't want to see no one in the barber shop, I don't want to talk to no one but my barber. I'm not in the long talking because all man now to do is sit down in barber shop and start chatting what we should do, what we shouldn't do. You should have done it this way. You should have done. Bro, get out of here, man. Been hearing that same talk for 30 odd years, man. Let me just get my hair cut and go about my business. But yeah, Tunde, please don't say AJ should go boxing with a boxer. Listen, that fight, I urge you to go and watch the first fight again. AJ didn't do too bad. Everyone's going like it was a masterclass. My man was cut up. His face was broke up as well.
So why don't we just call it as it is, right? Because for the build-up, I've done little bits for the zone, yeah? When I was down there, right, everybody was saying AJ was going to lose.
This fight?
No, for the first fight. Everybody was saying he's going to lose. Everybody was saying he is going to lose because of the IQ of USYK, right?
Wow. Yes.
That was the energy. But hold up a second, AJ's you lot's fighter. AJ's the zone guy. Everybody was saying he's going to lose. So he's already got the snippets of that to say, you know what? Man said that he can outbox me, man. I'm going to say, all right, I'm going to show man. Right, cool. You tried to show man the last time. You come second best. This time, don't show man nothing. Show yourself. I mean, show yourself. Go do what you have to go do and come out victorious. And what I'm trying to say is, which I go back to. Do you remember when Larry Holmes fought Evander Holyfield when they boxed?
Say that again?
When Larry Holmes fought Evander Holyfield.
Yes.
That was round one, right? And Evander Holyfield, end of the 12th round, Larry Holmes put in a burst. Then he walked back to his corner. He vomited to him. Do you remember that? Go back and watch that fight. End of the round, Larry Holmes vomits because he put everything in it, right? And he spewed up. And that's what I'm saying. That's when you know, like, right, I gave it everything.
Yeah, that's how I feel tomorrow as well. And
that's what I want. Give it everything.
AJ, listen, if AJ even goes in and puts in 50% of what Wilder did for that third fight with Fury, I will take my hat off to him.
You know, like what Woody Harrison said, yeah.
Because Wilder went out on his shield, swinging, fam. And he's like, you're going to have to nail me to this canvas to beat me. And it's the same thing. Anyone else?
Anton speaks. He says, I missed my dinner. Room service is finished. All because I thought Tunde was really on smoke with Spencer. Love you, man. Keep killing it. Big up, Anton. Anton, you need not to eat too much food out there because when you go to them country, you get fat on the room service. So maybe it's doing you a favor that you miss the food. You know what I mean?
Big up, Anton. Great
guy. Water, go to your bed.
Great guy doing big things.
Out there, 12:20 out there now. Go to your bed.
Such a good interviewer. Very articulate and just comes across so well. Listen, Spence, let's wrap it up.
We've gone past the time as well.
Way past the time. And still almost 700 people staying with us. Tomorrow night, definitely.
Do not forget, we're going to start at what, 9:30?
All right, let's start that. All right, people, quickly, 9:30 or 10 o'clock tomorrow. 9:30 p.m. or 10 o'clock. Let us know quickly. Smash the likes, people. And the new JM says, bless up. Watch along tomorrow. Yep, exactly, Tunde. Pissing me off the way people are writing Joshua out. Let me read that. Writing Joshua out, and I bet when he becomes the new 3 times unified heavyweight champion, people will say he beat a pumped up cruiserweight. Kismety. It's facts, you know. I'm telling you, that's actually what's gonna happen. Because people love to jump on this bandwagon thing. I'm saying, bro, back the man before. Back him before. Don't start backing him after.
Was it saying ring walk starts at, what did it say? No. So I just saw ring walk starts at, someone was saying.
Ring walk starts at 10:30.
Okay.
man said start 8 o'clock. No, brother.
No way.
Rams 10, Blasto 9, JM 9:30, the Gunner 1 10, 9:30, 10 Leah, above 9:30, 9:30, 9:30, 9:30, 9:30. Nikki says 9:30, 10. What do you reckon? Bro,
10
there's better 9:30s though.
Listen, all right. Let's call it in the middle then. Let's go at 9:45.
9:45. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. 9:45. Guy will get the poster up tomorrow. It's a must win for Anthony Joshua. No energy before 10. I'm telling you, fam. I'm telling you, we don't want to be giving no one nothing tomorrow apart from Anthony Joshua. In my opinion,
10 o'clock.
I'm telling you, 10 p.m. Nah, 10 p.m. we're going tomorrow. 10 p.m. Know what we gotta get behind this brother tomorrow. Fully. During the weigh-in today, AJ said, "How's your body?" I don't like that, because, bruv, Dylan White was the body snatcher and Tyson Fury started clap up his body. Bruv. Bro, I couldn't believe it the way Tyson Fury started lash man's body. I was like, hold on, what, we got the wrong bloody scripture or what? Man's calling himself the body snatcher, and man's clapping him up to the body. I'm like, nah, come on, man, allow that. Sorry, I joke around too much. Dylan's my guy. I joke around too much. But everyone knows I just joke. It's just all love. There's no hate in my bone, not in a single bone. I just like to laugh a lot. All right, we're gonna go for 10 o'clock tomorrow, and no entanglement tomorrow. It's gotta be straight rocking tomorrow. Straight rocking. 10 p.m. We end in exactly the way we started, by saying, let's sit up properly for this thing here. Ladies and gentlemen, dream it, believe it, but most of all, become it.
Come on down. Thanks for every single person coming here. My apologies for coming on late, but they tried to mash me up. But you see this thing here? You can't get us, bro. Peace to fingers. See you at 10 o'clock tomorrow for the big USYK Joshua rematch part 2. Get ready. Be there or be square.
Come on.